Salute, and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now, so we can deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. And yes, we are going to have to get into this subject matter here this evening. Oh, we got a lot of ground to cover here tonight because this is a topic I've been meaning to address for quite some time due to a lot of events that have taken place that involve people's personal business that I tend not to get involved in. But we're going to give a general listen here tonight on this subject matter. And you see the title, Aggressive Simps, okay? We're going to have to talk about the difference between manhood and malehood because there is a difference. You all know what I tell you. The title of man and woman is an earned and honorable title. So we're going to be covering a whole lot of things here tonight to let you know how you can tell if you're a male that has not graduated into manhood that qualifies as a simp. Okay, we gonna get that clear over here tonight. It's gonna be thorough. It's gonna be so simple to understand. And let me go ahead and give my disclaimer ahead of time. If the shoe or the heel, in some cases of what we're going to be discussing tonight, fits, then you better strap that motherfucker on and take a good stroll and walk because some eardrums are gonna bleed. They're gonna be mad. I don't care because I got to get some things straightened out. See, first of all, let me say something about me. And every man that knows me understands this about me. I'm the type of brother where, one, due to my background, okay, I'm a veteran, combat vet at that, and active when I was. Businessman, okay? If I'm speaking to you, every man that knows me, online, offline, you know that if I'm talking to you, I'm talking about business. I don't discuss the chatty patty stuff. That's not how I was raised. I was raised in a household where my father was present. Okay, so my modus operandi is a bit different than people that come from those fractured backgrounds. No disrespect to anybody that comes from those backgrounds. You cannot help what your childhood upbringing was, but I'm talking about mine personally. Okay, so now for me, it's always off-putting, and a lot of brothers in the chat that can relate to this, you'll understand where I'm coming from. And then again, if you can't relate to it, because like I said before, you can't control your upbringing, your situation. That's no child's fault. But to the grown men in here, no matter what age range you're in, I don't care if it's a boomer, Gen Xer, Gen Z, millennial, whatever, you're going to be able to relate to what I'm about to say. For me, I'm not accustomed to being around males that operate like women. Now, what I mean by that is, I'll give you a prime example. If men are talking to one another, one of the things that sets us apart from the males that have spent too much time around women that have adopted aggressive simp ways, and yes, that's what you're looking at on the screen here. This is exactly what aggressive simps are. They like a bunch of damn hyperactive fucking Muppet babies that want to be something they're not. And then when they run up against people that are either in the Sigma male category, which would be what I am, okay, or the alpha male category, you get shut down. Salute to the good sister Age for the cash out. People already showing love. Oh yeah, we about to cook over here tonight. But like I was saying, this is one of the things that lets you know that you hadn't graduated to manhood from malehood yet. If two grown men are talking, okay, and we discussing something, one of the things that men do, we don't read things into what another man says unless he says that directly. See, men are very direct. And for you, a lot of sisters over here, if you got husbands or husbands or whatever, you understand what I'm talking about, okay? Men are very direct. We say what we mean and mean what we say. So now, when you have a man that's accustomed to being raised by men that operated by that standard, we don't put words in other people's mouth or read things into what they said that they didn't tell us, okay? That's alien to us. We don't understand that when we run across a male that communicates that way. So now, if you're talking to somebody and like you see, especially because this is one thing that I hate about text message communication, but like this is why men prefer to go ahead and say what we got to say with a quick phone call, and then everybody's understood. You can understand tone, or better yet, in person, then you can really get the tone and the body language of a person that's talking to you. There's no room for error in communication then. But however, there's times where you may communicate by text. So now what's off-putting for a man is we expect that behavior from women where they read things into something that we said that's not there. Versus, okay, you be like, all right, if you look at a text conversation and you like, you know what? Okay, maybe what I'm saying isn't being conveyed the right way. Let me give the person a phone call so we can hear each other's tone. Now, when you try to take that option and you see a man acting like a female on that situation and prefer to try to chatty patty by text when you can say, okay, I can tell not being understood, that kind of throw you for a loop, especially if it's somebody you wouldn't even think that would operate that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that's something that's just totally alien to us. Oh, we're going to break some things down old school style over here. We're going to get some things squared up because for those that don't know on my channel, I'm going to say it again in case you're new over here, you're going to learn this. And anybody that's familiar with my content over the years on any of the platforms that I'm on or that I frequent, you know that I always have said this over the years. I'm not on the believe all women train. I'm not on the believe all men train. I believe the evidence. And then there's certain things that if you don't have nothing to do with, you stay completely the fuck out of other grown folks' business. Because see, what a lot of the simps don't realize is, and we got men right now, everybody in this chat room, whether male or female, can attest to what I'm saying because it's a tragedy, unfortunately, in our community. Everybody can understand that one of the biggest problems we have in our community, amongst some, not all, I will never say all women because I know too many solid sisters online and offline. One of the biggest problems we have in our community is if a woman go and say something happened, okay, and then they're not telling the whole story, they run to the simps, because we're going to talk about what type of simps they run to here tonight. We're going to cover the board. They run to simps and then tell a half story and get the simp out right up. Hold on, let me get the aggressive simp. What did we do to you? What did you say happened? Oh my God, wait a minute. Let me fetch my simp cape. I'm going to tie it on tight. I'm going to zoom to the rescue. They jump and tie their little simp cape on and get ready to zoom to the rescue with half the facts. And then they go and get into a situation where either they get their ass stomped or they actually hurt or kill the other person involved in the situation. And then, okay, either somebody's dead or somebody's locked up doing serious jail time. Unfortunately, that situation happens repeatedly in our community because a lot of times the simp has not been trained to say, okay, let me hear what you're saying and I'm going to listen to you. And then I'm going to verify what you're talking about. Because unfortunately, there are a segment of our society that are women that will lie just like they fucking breathe or blink. Okay? So yeah, we gonna break some stuff down over here. Y'all can already tell the type of tone that this broadcast gonna take here tonight. With that said, though, let me go ahead and scroll up and greet the esteemed guests in the chat room. Oh yeah, like I said, folks gonna be mad over here tonight. Let me see who I see joining us over here tonight. Scroll all the way up. I see the good brother CRU Reality in the building. I see the moderator Patricia Jenkins on deck. Two Stay Woke in here. Tony's in the house. Erica Bailey's joining us. Angelica Lana. The brother James is in here. Artist Doucette. I see Sister Stun Zed in here. Willis Martin joining us. ATLN 007. Patricia Slade. Derek Parker. Amir L. The good brother Diesel Mike on the highways and byways. What's going on? A guy that's never in here with the fabulous, bro. Sister, we got to get you a shampoo commercial. You need that. Yeah. Hey, let's see who else is joining us in here tonight. Nate Nelson's in the building. The sister Netta Jan. What's up, Netta Bug? Lee Holmes is in here. Sandra Elvins is joining us. Project Leroy on deck. Let's see, Kevin Jose or Jose. Let me know how to pronounce that. Is it Jose or Jose, brother? Kevin, I'm going to say Kevin Josie Jr. until you correct me. The brother Nightfall Drop is joining us in here. Let's see, who else do I see down here? Jesse Paris, a.k.a. Shane Krumer. Okay, we see him in here. Tia to you in the house. What's going on? Salute and welcome to all of you that are joining us and everybody will be joining us in attendance here tonight. So now, here's the thing, family. What I'm about to show you here tonight, we're going to do this in several different ways. We're going to break down some situations. Oh, we're going to have some facts and some data and statistics that we go over here tonight. Because, see, when I have to get in my bag like that, and break certain things down, yeah, I'm surgical with it. Okay, y'all know how I am when I get into my bag on something. That's what we finna do over tonight with a number of different things. You just stick around. So now, before we get started, let me also address this, because see, this picture that you got on your screen right here, I got it up here for a reason, because this is exactly what these crash test dummy simps out here that fit the mold of what I was talking about earlier in the broadcast. This is what you look like when you do this. See, as men, understand that, yes, we are the leaders of our communities. We are the protectors and providers of our communities. But that doesn't mean that we just run and jump the first time we hear somebody say something. We assess the situation, and then we handle that thing accordingly. Because, see, one of the unfortunate things about a segment of women in our community, they don't understand that protection doesn't mean you go out here and do whatever the fuck you want to do and you don't listen to the counsel of your male protectors. That's not what that means. Protection starts before, key word, before you get into any type of situation, whether it's physical, verbal, whatever. Okay? Protection begins with an open ear. Now, where defense comes in at is after you've followed the instructions of your protector and then you're placed in a dangerous situation. Now it's time to defend you. You see what I'm saying? There's a big difference. And sadly, there's a lot of women in our community that don't understand that, okay? And see, the next thing I'm going to say, when it comes to jumping in people's personal business, I want y'all to give me a thumbs up in the chat when I say this, if everybody in the chat can relate to what I'm talking about. And this applies to men and women as well. So this one's going to apply to both genders. Family, if y'all can hear the sound of my voice loud and clear, I want you to answer this question, if you can relate to it, with a thumbs up in the chat. How many times have some of you, either personally or someone you know, intervened in somebody's personal business because you heard what one side of the story or the other, okay? And then you jump into the middle of them people's personal business and you getting them told. You probably even got physical with the situation. And then after you jumped out there and put your little simp cape on, or simpette cape, because you know you got some simpettes in the building. How many times have you sat there and been made boo-boo the fool because them people that you jumped up to defend, they kept on dealing with the person? Give me a thumbs up if anybody can relate to that situation. Oh, testify in this chat room. I am looking. Men and women, I want y'all to tell me. Let me know. Let me know. Salute to the brother, the underrated darkness. My brother, turn your all caps off. We do not do all caps in here. That is reserved for the host in case I have to bring something important to the audience's attention. Hope I don't have to say that twice. Salute to the brother, Cyberdyne 100 for the cash out. Thank you very much, my brother. Oh, I'm looking at all these thumbs up in here, man. Look here, man. Okay. So I think the brothers and sisters in here will understand me with everything that I'm going to lay out here tonight, because let's be clear. Let's be clear. Yes, we have people that we care about, friends and family alike, that, you know, hey, some of y'all know people that be like, hey, man, if you got a problem with them, I'm riding for them. However, here's what I admonish the men and women listening to this broadcast tonight. You better make sure that you understand that those people that you willing to ride for, you better make sure that they in the right when you ride. Because, see, one thing about me, and this is going to be covered here in tonight's broadcast, I'm the type of brother that if I know you, whether you male or female, I will tell you, okay, yes, what that person did to you was wrong, but you wrong too. What you did was fucked up also. That's how you know you got a true friend. See, a simp, we finna stick to the subject matter here. A simp, when it comes to a simp that's looking to either gain favor from a woman that they're enamored with, or hope to be in their good graces someday, or whatever the case may be, because they just have, accustomed to simping, they don't tell women the truth. Ladies, hear me clearly. The worst thing that a man can do to you is lie to you in hopes to get something out of you. See, some of y'all don't understand that the best guys that you know, whether they related to you, or you involved with them, or whatever the case may be, they the ones that tell you the truth, even if it pisses your little ass off. You know why? Because the truth is always valuable and useful, even if you don't like it. It may be bitter, but you need to think of the truth like medicine. That's what my grandparents used to tell me. The truth is always medicine. It might be bitter, but you take that medicine and get it in your system, it's going to always benefit you more than a sweet candy coated lie will. Okay. We gonna get into some things over here tonight. So now that I've gotten that out the way, we're gonna start the broadcast off with a very slept on content creator, in my point of view, that address this subject matter here tonight. Salute to my good brother Jeff the Style OG. If y'all don't know who that brother is, especially if you're a man, a black man, you need to be subscribed to brother Jeff the Style OG's channel. He did some content on this, and we're going to examine some of this here, what he's talking about tonight, in conjunction with several other things. And like I said, when we get to that's data and statistics portion of this broadcast, it's going to educate a lot of people over here, especially a lot of the sisters. So I hope y'all stick around for that. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started.
What's up, YouTube? Jeff, your Style OG. And on today's video, we're going to talk about 10 signs you might be a simp. If you're new to the channel, we release a new video every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, discussing various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. I invite you to subscribe, tap that notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Mike Harris, salute. Funny word, this word simp has actually been around for quite a long time, even back when I was a young G. But it seems to have really picked up steam, especially on the internet, the last year or two. And here's the problem I see with it. Yes, I wholeheartedly believe simps exist, but probably not the way the modern guy is describing one. And that's what I want to talk to you about on today's video. I'm going to point out some things you might be doing that qualify you as a simp. Yes, simps do exist in my opinion, but I'm also going to let you know some things that don't make you a simp that I think the modern guy has misconstrued. But most importantly, if you find yourself simping, I'm going to give you some ideas or some thoughts on how you can fix it. So without any further delay, let's get into 10 signs you might be a simp. Now, first off, I think we need to define what a simp is, at least from my perspective. Now, when I was coming up, a simp was a sucker, a guy who just overdid it in the hopes of getting a woman's attention. He got made a fool of and taken advantage of by these women. If this is what you're doing, you're a simp. But let me tell you what a simp isn't. A gentleman isn't a simp. A man who believes that a woman has more value, way more value, than just for your physical satisfaction doesn't make you a simp. Being aware of and caring what women think and what they find appealing doesn't make you a simp. It makes you informed. It's funny.
Salute to my good brother Amir L for the Cash App, and salute to the good brother 400 for the Cash App. Thank you very much for that, gentlemen. I appreciate the support. I appreciate it. Now, I agree with my good brother Jeff the Style OG right here, because he's going to lay this out very thoroughly. By the end of this broadcast, we're going to break this thing down from the A to the zero, like one of my uncles used to say. Here's the thing, man. Being a gentleman does not make you a simp, okay? It really does not. Let's define gentleman, okay, in the modern era. Now, yes, we understand, fellas, a lot of men from all races, but we just dealing with black folks here tonight. Y'all know what I tell you. I don't really care about people in other communities. That's their business and they issue to handle. But as far as in our community, yes, a lot of men will say chivalry is dead and women killed it. And, you know, it's hard to argue with that, because that's true in some respects. It is with a certain segment of women. However, being a gentleman really doesn't have anything to do with the women. You conduct yourself as a gentleman for your own sake as a man. Let me explain what I mean by that for my younger listeners, because I know a lot of young folks, they don't process information the same way as the older crowd of us. And you have to keep that in mind if you're a content creator and you actually have a platform where you're trying to teach people things. Being a gentleman has more to do with your personal standard as a man, regardless of what a woman thinks. Good, bad, right, or wrong. You carry yourself that way. One, not just for yourself, but for the value of your family name. You understand? That's what I was taught as a man coming up. You carry yourself as a gentleman with respect for your family name's sake. Now, that doesn't mean that you a pushover, because, see, this is where a segment of women, and sometimes all women, I said sometimes because I got to be realistic. Unfortunately, in our community, there's a segment of women that think that because a man carries himself as a gentleman and you try to be polite and kind or what have you, they think that, oh, this means pushover. No. What you want to be is not all the way over there on the simp meter side of the game, and you don't want to be all the way on the other side of the meter where you just so hard, you so rigid all the time. just running around like you emotionless. No, no, no. What you want to be is in the middle. Balance is the key to living a productive, constructive life, okay? And that means you be assertive. You understand? Being assertive means, hey, no matter how much somebody beg, plead, whine, cry, try to bribe, whatever the case may be, particularly with women, when you say this one syllable, 2-letter word, you do like the Bible said and let your yes mean yes and your no mean no. Let me tell you something. Not only will you get respect from women when you say that word no and you stick to that and mean it, you're going to get respect from people across the board when you tell them no. I can't do that, brother or sister. Sorry. That's just something I can't rock with. And you stand on that. Now, where you lose respect, and see, this is where the simp gets it wrong at, right? The simp thinks, okay, well, if I compromise my standards and my principles and I go along with whatever this woman is saying, even if she's wrong too, I'll get respect from this woman and other women. Let me tell you, goofy simp, something right now. And let me get close to this microphone so you can hear me loud and clear. Let me tell you, goofy simp, something right now. The worst thing in the world that you can do with women is kiss their asses, because every woman in here, if they were to tell the truth, ladies, do you respect men really that kiss your ass? Now, look, I know some of y'all ain't gonna want to tell on yourself, because I'm not a hater. If you got a goofy simp that's benefiting you, hey, play their ass for everything they're worth. A fool in their money or whatever. Fool and their money and their time are soon to be parted with, okay? Now, the only thing I would caution you with about a simp, because we're going to get into that tonight here as well, simps are very dangerous because, see, even though they're simps, they're still males. Notice I said males, not men. And men are stronger than women, and a lot of these simps are deranged. When they find out that you've been playing them, then that's when they get to stalking you and want to put hands on you, etc., etc. See the situation, the tragic situation of the sister Mercedes Moore. But back to you, simps. Let me tell you something, dude. You're not going to get the same respect that a man that stands on his ground and his principles is going to get. See, this is where a lot of the simps get frustrated at, when they see brothers like myself and others in this chat room that stand on something with women and say, hey, listen, nah, you cute and all that. You might fit my ideal specs of a woman from head to toe. But that doesn't mean that a damn thing that you do because you look a certain way, or are you flirting, or whatever the case, even if I'm intimately involved with you, that doesn't mean I'm going to compromise my principles as a man on certain things. If I said no, that's what I mean. And that applies to you too. You are not special. See, a simp think, oh, if I just play the deceptive long game, because see, think about it, simp. If you go along with women just to get, intimately involved with them or whatever the case, brother, they'll play around with you until a real dude come along, and then you're going to be mad. Oh, you're going to be mad. Look, you'll end up doing all them things for her to kiss her ass that she don't even appreciate, because see, one of the things about women, I hate to say it for a segment of women, some of them are like children. The more you do for them, the less they appreciate. And if you start out that way, because how you start is how you going to finish with women. You better believe that. So now, if you take a simp that's used to doing that, if there's a brother that's sitting up here and like he don't carry himself in that simpish behavior that I talked about, simp craft, because I call it witchcraft. We gonna banish this foul art of simp craft, okay? We doing the Lord's work over here tonight. If you carry yourself in the manner where you are a simp craft practitioner, you gonna see that brother that that actually got a backbone. He ain't got to do half that shit that you doing. Now, that's not to say that woman couldn't carry herself a certain way and respect that man and follow his program and not get him to provide things for her. If she's earned that, fine. No issue or problem with that. If you're in a long-term committed relationship or definitely a marriage, no problem with that whatsoever. You're supposed to do for your woman if she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. But see, a lot of the simps, they'll look at brothers that actually stand on some manhood, and their boy, look, they be like, oh my God, my simping. She's giving him all of this attention that I never get. Look how much I've done for her. I've paid her rent. I've gotten her nails done. I've got her hair done. Oh my God. Look what I've done. I've even watched her little badass kids. That's how they sound, family. That's how they sound, okay? I had to put that voice on, because simps do not sound like men. You understand me? That's how they do it, man. And then when the brothers come along with the backbone, look here, bro. A lot of time, man, we don't even have to open our mouth, man. The smell of our cologne do it alone. The way we dress, the way we carry ourselves, the way we get respect from other men and our communities. Stroll by, we don't even notice them women that be after us a lot of times. They be trying to vie for our attention. And the simp is sitting over there like, oh my God, he's not even talking to her. Look at her. She's looking at him like he's a piece of meat. She's drooling. She's never drooled over me. That's how they sound, man. They die inside. I know you, simp. I know you're getting mad listening to this broadcast because I'm reaching into your simp soul. But listen to me, simps. Simps, you're males. I want you to become men. I understand your pain. I feel it. Now, I've never had to go through what you're going through, but I can help you out. I'm trying to throw you a rope to drag your simp spine ass into manhood. We need all the men we can get, okay? We got some serious business to handle in society, and y'all not cut for it, because I'm gonna really hurt you, simps. I got to go ahead and tell you, family, if I'm being too harsh tonight, let me know and I'll throttle back. But I need to say something. Can I tell the simps the truth, family? Give me the fire sign in my chat if I can tell the simps the truth, because I'm going to tell them the real reason before we get back to our good brother Jeff the Stylo-G. I'm going to tell them the real reason why the women won't respect the simps. I know simps, you're like, oh, there's a reason that, hold it. There's a reason she won't respect me. What is it, GPS? What's the reason? Why won't she respect me? Oh, I see. Oh, y'all setting the chat on fire. You gonna burn this mother? Boy, y'all about to have the fire marshals coming over and burning up the chat room. So I guess I got the green light to go ahead and tell them the truth. But let me go ahead and tell them real quick. Simps, this is gonna help you out. Salute to the good brother Project Leroy for the cash out. Simps, the reason why women don't respect you is because they look at you like other women. Yes. Your little ass kissing soft spine ass is one of the girls. That's how she sees you. And I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna define some categories of simps here tonight. Boy, look, they gonna hate me after this broadcast. I'll tell you what, we'll save that for further on here, but we're gonna let this continue. I want y'all to take notes on this. And if you're a younger brother, and again, I got to plug my good brother Jeff the Stylo-G's channel. That's a great channel for you to be subscribed to get tips on your fashion. Just, day-to-day social issues that black men deal with. Okay, any man could get some tips from brother Jeff the Stylo-G, but definitely our young brother. So if you never heard of this brother right here, do me a favor. Don't take my word for it. Go subscribe to the brother's channel and check him out. I'm gonna let him get back to discussing this, and then we gonna get ready to get back on these simps, because I'm gonna make them hate me tonight.
My whole life never been accused of being a simp until recently, when I actually have made videos talking about how a woman wants to be treated. That makes you a simp. Okay, cool. I think the modern interpretation is way to the extreme, but that's normal in these modern times. People go to the extreme corners. But you have to be careful that you distinguish between someone who's a sucker and you being misogynistic. But with that out of the way, let's talk about, from my perspective, what I believe actually does make someone a simp. Simps do exist. Sign number one that you might be a simp is if you put yourself in a submissive or inferior position in the hopes of landing a woman. That's simping 101. A woman that you're interested in that you don't even know isn't above or below you. She's just a human being like you. Why do you feel you're inferior to her? And it's definitely simping when you use the submissive approach in the hopes to landing favor with her. And this overly nice guy putting her in a superior position just to get a date, that is a textbook definition of being a simp.
Now, I hope y'all was paying attention to what he just said. If you're a young black man over here, and some of you older brothers that might not understand this, I know most of the brothers in my chat, y'all get it, but we got to teach this lesson for future generations. Understand something, man. The reason why what brother Jeff just said is the truth is, as a man, if you putting yourself in a submissive position with a woman, she don't look to you as no leader or protector. She's like, hell, I'm already submissive as a woman. I don't need a male version that's just as weak and soft as me. So the only thing she gonna look at you is like, okay, yeah, I see you really don't have any manly qualities. Now I'm gonna kiss your ass and butter you up and tell you what I want you to hear to get stuff out of you. So I'm just gonna put you in the utilitarian category. I can get what I can use out of you. And I can tickle your little goofy ears because you're not used to being around women or a man that has options where you know what it's like to get chose up on, okay, by women that are actually the kind that you want to deal with. So like I said, I'm not hating on no sisters out here. Don't get it twisted. I'm not hating on the sisters that, hey, y'all have become masters of that silver tongue and you know how to talk these simps out of damn near everything and then some, especially if you're doing it to them brads out there. Listen, man. Get your reparation checks early, sisters. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful with Brad now. Because, Brad is crazy. He killed his whole family and then some when he get mad. So, you got to be careful if you finessing Brad. But like I said, a woman is not going to respect a man that's coming to her in a submissive mindset because she needs a leader, okay? Whether they admit it or not, all women love a man that takes charge and can handle business and make decisions that makes her life easier, okay? So let's let it continue.
You don't even know that woman. Don't feel submissive. Sign number 2 of simping, overvaluing a woman, especially one woman who you don't even know. Here's how this happens a lot. A simp will develop a crush on this beautiful woman. He automatically puts her on a pedestal. What has she done to earn to be put on a pedestal? Sometimes we all put people up here, but it should be after they earn it. This woman that you're crushing on could be the worst lady on earth. You don't even know. Why are you putting her up here before she's earned it? And the problem becomes you forget about all the other fish in the sea because you developed tunnel vision on this one beautiful woman. All you know about her is that she's attractive. And that's not something she had any control over. Why are you putting her on a pedestal or overvaluing her when you don't even know her? That's simping. Another surefire sign that you might be a simp is if you're the nice guy who uses being nice as a manipulative tool.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. The simp has something he wants to say because he's taking umbrage with things that our good brother Jeff the Styleology is saying. So, Mr. Simp, if you please, go ahead and express yourself.
GBS, don't pick on me. I'm a simp. That's all I know. I can't help it. Now, Jeff, you said that women must earn things. How do we make them do that? I have a spine that's all the consistency of a wet Chinese noodle. I don't know how to stand firm in my masculinity. I don't know. And you said that using niceness as a manipulative tool is not the way. Well, Jeff, will you tell us what is? I just don't understand. This manhood is so confusing to me.
Yeah, okay. Get out. Get away from this microphone. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I had to move the simp. I had to move him out of the way. He's confused and he's in a perturbed state. Now, guys, if you laugh at him, he's going to have his little simp feelings hurt. And simps, they get aggressive like the Sesame Street, the mascots that I showed you earlier in the broadcast. So now if you laugh at the simp, he's going to go out and do something super destructive. I've taped his mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that'll last for a minute. That tape won't come off his mouth. So, simp, listen, you over here in the corner. Listen to the broadcast. I'm going to let Brother Jeff continue to explain this, and you'll understand why using niceness as a manipulative tool is not going to work. It's okay, little buddy. It's going to be okay. Buck up, pal.
Here's what I mean by that. A lot of times guys will say, I'm just going to be super nice, and this woman's going to owe me a date. I'm going to nice her out of her phone number. That's very manipulative, especially if you're doing this nice thing in the effort to manipulate someone into owing you something. That's super corny, very simpish. There's nothing wrong with doing kind things. It's good to be a generous, compassionate man. You want to be kind, not nice. A nice guy who tries to use niceness to manipulate a woman into liking him, you're simping. Another surefire sign you could be simping, not recognizing or accepting the fact you're in the friend zone. Now this happens to simps a lot. They'll meet a woman, try to see if she likes them, and after months and months go by, nothing romantic has happened, you're still thinking you have a shot. No, my brother, you are in the friend zone. And 99% out of 100 times, you're probably not gonna get out. But you're still going out of your way to do nice things and spend time around her. That's classic simping. One of the ways.
Now I'm gonna pause it right here because see that right there, that is a common problem that we see in our society today. Okay, because we just dealing with black society. Yes, I know it's a common problem amongst all men, but all men are not my business. Okay, let me talk to you brothers out here and tell you something, right? One of the things that you must understand that is an asset for you, okay, as far as determining relationships that you have with people in general, not just women, but pertaining to women, you need to do what I said earlier in the broadcast. Say what you mean and mean what you say. If you know you're interested in a woman and it's not as a platonic friend, you let that be known up front. Okay, you let that be known up front. You don't try to nice guy your way in there. You don't try to shut up, Simp. See, the Simp started trying to talk again. We don't need to hear no more from him. You don't start trying to nice guy your way in there. You know what I'm saying? You just say what your intentions are. Be honest. Come to the table with that. That's what all women say. They want honesty, right? A lot of them are lying when they say that, but we're going to get to that later here in the broadcast. But you, as a man, state your intentions, all right? Now, just because you state your intentions doesn't mean she has to reciprocate, because all women are free to make their own choices, like all people are, okay? Men and women, free to make our own choices. Here's what you don't do, though. You don't keep thinking that, okay, if I'm interested in her in a non-platonic way, I'm just going to keep trying to be the nice guy, and then hopefully she'll take me out of friend zone. Don't work like that. That's not how women see men. I don't care how much they tell you the lies. You make it clear to her that, no, I'm not going to be your platonic friend. Go find you some homegirls to kick it with, and then get back to me if I'm available, and then we'll take it from there, okay? Because you really shouldn't be waiting on nobody to spin the block back no damn way, but how you finish is how you start, okay? That's the best advice that I can give you. But now, see, a simp.
Take the tape off my mouth. Why did you tape my mouth, GBS lesson? I'm a simp. I can't help it. I must nice guy my way into these women's lives.
Shut up. Just be quiet. Simp, listen, if you do that, simp, you see how your life is. You're going to forever be miserable and mad, okay? So now you need to get your little simp confidence up and learn how to state your true intentions, okay? So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to let Jeff Stylogy continue. I got to put this tape back on this simp's mouth so maybe we can get it solidified. We can't take it. No! Shut up. Go ahead, Brother Jeff. Let me deal with this simp, y'all.
To fix that, be direct. Ask her out on a date. She's going to say yes or no. Then you'll know and recognize if you're in the friend zone. If she puts you in the friend zone, just leave. Don't even be friends with her. There's no upside to it, except for if you want to remain a simp. Now here's another sign you might be in a simp brigade. Are you somebody who categorically defends women no matter what the topic or the situation? Back in my day, we used to call you Captain Saver. What the simp will do will always agree, always say women are right, again, thinking they're going to curry favor with women. They can never see women doing wrong. You have to remember, there's a whole wide range of women. Some good, some bad, and many in between. Don't be so quick to categorically defend women in every situation. That makes you a simp. Next sign.
Now, let me chime in and touch on what Brother Jeff just said here. I want young black men to pay attention to this, because see, this is one good thing about it. The younger guys in Gen Z, a lot of them have picked up on a lot very fast because of the information age that we live in. A lot of men are comparing notes about a lot of different things versus that boomer generation. No, not picking on the boomers, but it was a lot of simps that was boomers. We just got to call that what it is. Here's the deal, right? When it comes to what Brother Jeff just said, you want to understand that women have a simp pack collection, okay? They understand which guys that they can manipulate, you know what I'm saying, and just use in platonic ways. For example, you know, we got to go ahead and talk about the dinner whore segment of women. Yes, dinner whores do exist. Y'all seen them. They've even made the news. They so bad with it. They got the women that will just be interested in a man, you know, and go out to eat, but they know they ain't trying to do nothing but be platonic. You know what I'm saying? In other words, they put you in that utilitarian category. Here's the thing. You have to allow yourself to be put in that category for somebody to just use you when you're not getting nothing else out the deal reciprocation wise. All right. That starts with you. You, as long as you in your right frame of mind as a man, okay, you don't have no mental disability or nothing. You're responsible for the choices that you make. Okay. So now you don't start out doing that. And then, okay, you force that person to either deal with you on square terms or they can just move around. Because like the brother said earlier in the broadcast, look, brother, they got us outnumbered, man, 10, 15 to 1 in some cities in this country, all right? Move around. And then, I don't care who got a problem with it. If you can't find what you want here, yes, I am a big proponent of, yeah, you can go leave and go other countries where there's black women at and see what you can find. And that's not a crime to do that, okay? Go over there and act like you got some sense. Can't find what you want here. There's plenty of other places where black women on the planet. The only black women on the planet are not right here. I love our sisters here of our lineage. But brothers, if you trying to find something serious, you got the right to go wherever you think you can find it at, okay? Because I understand what we're dealing with out here. I see it. But I'm just saying, like, don't ever put all women into one category because of bad experiences with some. Because here's what a lot of these guys don't tell brothers. Some of the problems that you having with women is not just them. Sometimes it might be you. If you carrying yourself like Brother Jeff the Styleology is talking about in this simpish manner, part of the problem is you, brother. Part of the problem is you. And look, I don't know who need to hear that. Like I said earlier, if the shoe fit, you're going to have to wear it and take a stroll with it tonight. We're going to get this thing all the way broke down over here. So let's let it continue.
Kind of has to do with what a lot of people have problems with. Not living in the gray areas. Having balance. Here's what I mean. Simps put way too much effort and time trying to seek women's approval. Now notice I said too much time and energy. All of us are going to put some effort into trying to attract the opposite sex, but it shouldn't be your main focus in life. Everything you do shouldn't be just to make women like you. Spend way more time on your purpose, being the best man you can be, developing yourself. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't spend some time learning and observing what women like.
Salute to the good brother Anthony Williams for the cash apps. Okay, so let's break that down because what he just said here is very important. Okay, see, we gonna help these simps get it together. And look, simps, I know a lot of y'all are fire hot at this because you don't want to hear sometimes the problem might be not just the women, it might be you. That's okay. You can keep doing what you're doing and you can keep watching brothers like myself that don't have no issues with women like that. Okay, and the brothers in the chat, you keep watching this. We'll show you how to get it done. But see, here's the thing. What he just said is very important. One of the main things that the simp does not understand is if you want to attract the women that you want to you, you don't spend all your time focused on women. You should have a skill that you perfecting and working on. You should have goals that you're trying to achieve. Because see, understand something, the more successful you are and the more that it's evident that you got your shit together. Yes, I said it like that because got to talk over here that everybody understand. The more that that's evident, you watch how you start to attract women to you when you're not even trying to be looking for none. I'm telling you, brothers, how many of y'all in the chat? Because I know I got a lot of business owners in here. I'm not trying to put nobody's business out there. I don't, put folks' business out there unless you want it to be known. But I know most of the brothers over here are very successful. I know some of you personally. Brothers, am I telling the truth about that? How many of you can relate to this? You've been somewhere out and about just doing your daily routine. You ain't even thinking about trying to pull in. And then here comes something that you like. You like, yeah, okay. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Then you kind of have a little conversation with them. And you know what you're saying? Like one of the things that I'll give the young people a bit of game from the older guys. Let's just say you fit that bill. You starting to be upwardly mobile as a young man, okay? Because most of us older brothers, we know what that's like in spades. But as a younger man, I want to give you something that'll help you out. If you are attracting the women that you like to you, that initial conversation should be brief. It should be sweet, to the point. And if you out and about doing whatever you was doing, don't stop your plans for that day. Hey, get that contact information. Be like, okay, sister, check this out. You know, I'm busy doing XYZ. I'll get it with you at XYZ time, okay? And then you keep it pushing, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys will shoot themselves in the foot in the beginning by talking too much, okay? You know what I'm saying? Leave an air of mystery about yourself, okay? And again, like I said, if you out and about and you doing something, you shouldn't stop what you're doing because, see, if you do that and you continue doing that, every time she call, you jump. Now she finna start to hold some contempt for you. And look, I'm not beating up on the sisters. A lot of times it's not y'all fault. It's just the way some of you are programmed. If she starts saying that, the minute that I snap my fingers, he come running.
Here I come to save the day. I'm Captain Sam.
Get your ass back over. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna weld his mouth shut or something. Listen, if you jump out there like Captain Simp, here I come save the day, she gonna start to like, okay, familiarity breeds contempt with this little bastard. He don't never have nothing going on. I can just snap my fingers and he come running. Every woman in here, y'all tell the truth. Y'all be honest. Tell them. Y'all know y'all don't respect no dude that do that. You know, the only guy that's supposed to do that is your husband, okay? Your husband. And then there's limits to that depending on what you got going on, okay? Your husband the only one that should be like, okay, time you call, here you go right there, all right? Because now you got an obligation and a commitment to this woman and that family. But now you guys that hadn't even made it to down the aisle with these women, yeah, you jump. Time she called, boy, look here, bro. Look, you come running and do whatever it is she needs you to do. And then, boy, as soon as you out of her face, boy, she clowning your ass with her homegirls. You better understand. How do I know this? How do I know this?
GBS, can I say something?
Oh, God. Yes, Simp, you can speak.
How do you know that the women clown us when we do this? How?
Well, Simp, I'm going to tell you, this is going to make you cry, little buddy. Have a seat. You want something to drink? Listen, can I tell the Simp the truth, y'all? Let me tell him. Little buddy, Giblet, I know that the women laugh at you like that because what they'll do is they'll come to the men like me and clown you.
They do?
Yes, little Giblet, they do. I know, little buddy. I know, little buddy. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to live through this. Look, if you sit down and stop interrupting the broadcast, we're going to give you what's going to help you, little buddy. Here, take this napkin. Let it all out, pal. It's okay. Look, I've got to be compassionate to the Simp family. I'm trying to help them. Yes, look, brothers, for you Simps out there, we know that they clown you because the dudes that they're really interested in, they joke on your ass. You think, well, look, bro, and we be looking at it like, oh, you know you cold for that. That's some cold-blooded. I mean, boy, listen, it's a couple of things on the planet that are the coldest creatures ever. Little children, because they don't have no filter and they innocent. They go say whatever's on their mind. Women, because they always trying to put themselves in an advantageous position, and I don't begrudge them for that. I get it. And older people, because you know older folks, man. I'm talking about elderly folks. They ain't got no filter. They gonna tell you exactly what's on their mind. So those are categories you might want to keep in mind. So, family, we're gonna let Jeff the Stylogy get back to it, and y'all pray for the Simp. He's crying pretty hard over here. This dude gonna soak up my floor, man. I'm gonna see if I can get little buddy situated over here. Let's let it continue.
But you gotta have balance. Do not spend your whole life seeking women's approval 24/7. That's simping, my brother. Another sign I definitely want you to be on the lookout for: are you constantly in dating relationships that aren't reciprocal? Here's what I mean. Are you always going out of your way to make sure you're available for a woman? Are you constantly giving, and rarely or never receiving in return? Simps often have trouble drawing boundaries. They do everything they can to get the woman to like them at their own expense. You need to be in relationships, friends, family, but especially in dating that involve reciprocity, give and take. If you're constantly throwing money at women, constantly giving, and getting nothing in return, you're simping, my brother. And that's a close cousin to the next sign you might be simping. Are you a man that constantly lets women walk all over them? Now here's the thing, there's some women and men that do enjoy taking advantage of people. And if they see a sucker in you, they'll do it to you. And although she may enjoy the spoils of you being a pushover, she's not gonna respect you. She's gonna be with the guy that draws boundaries and set limits. A simp will often let a woman just treat them any old kind of way. That's not manly, that's not strong. It doesn't mean you shouldn't be kind, compassionate, and generous. That's cool, but don't be a pushover. It's not good for you, and she won't respect you. And that kind of leads me into my next point, and what simps do often in their life, not just in dating relationships. They put other people's needs way above theirs. Your needs, wants, and desires are just as important as anyone else's. In fact, you should take care of you first. Other people should come second.
Now, let me stop and deal with what he just said right here, because that's something that a lot of people will struggle with. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being a good person, especially if you're a person that's been blessed to have success in life and you got an abundance when it comes to like resources or whatever. It's nothing wrong with you being a kind person with some common sense. But I'm saying this to black men and black women alike because I know what I just said applies to brothers and sisters. Sometimes you have to do this with family members, okay? You can't help nobody unless you make sure you good first. I want y'all to really understand me on that because, see, one of the things that I will quote the great Dr. John Henry Clark on again, we have a beautiful humanity about us, but it's a double-edged sword. It can be taken advantage of, okay, with the wrong types of people. And unfortunately, sometimes there are people amongst our community that seek to take advantage of folks, okay? So what you got to understand is you're not going to be able to help nobody unless you situate it first. All right. See, you think about, okay, I'll give it to you in terms of a military operation. Yes, got to go there. You know, y'all like, oh, y'all always talking about the military. Sometimes it's good to do that. Okay. Here's the thing. If you look at any military base that seeks to go out and perform an operation, if they don't have the proper supplies, logistics, and the intelligence right there centered in that base, if they try to go out and perform when they're lacking the necessary equipment, they're not going to do very well in that mission, chances are, okay? Now, some miracles have happened. I know for all my, former deployed and enlisted people, you know what I'm saying? We understand those situations, but you rather at least start out with what you need, and then as things change in the field, that's a different story altogether. It depends on how good the team you're with in regards to whether you accomplish the said mission or not. However, I gave you that analogy to just show you that as a person, okay, if you want to help people, you got to make sure you good first. And see, anybody that doesn't understand that, that's how you're going to know who your true friends are and people that respect you, whether you're a man or a woman. If somebody come to you and they need something from you, X, Y, Z, and you tell them, hey, look, I would do it, but I got other stuff going on. I can't deal with that right now. And that person has the nerve to get irate or upset with you. Don't try to explain anything to that person or draw them back in. Let them get the hell on. Because, see, sometimes a lot of us don't understand that that's the Most High taking something out your life that had no place in it. You understand me? That word no is a protection against many things, okay? So I want y'all to keep that in mind. Let's let it continue.
Talking about kids, but grown-ups, they come second to your desires, wants, and needs. The simp will often put his woman or any woman's needs way before his own. That's some sucker stuff. It doesn't mean that you don't pay attention to other people's wants, needs, and desires, but they're secondary on your priority list. Take care of you first. Don't put other people's want, needs, and desires before yours. That's simple. And last but certainly not least, on my list of 10 signs you might be a simp is the guy who's constantly throwing money and attention at women. Here's the thing. A lot of guys who are simps are insecure. They think if I just have a lot of money, women will like me. Now, there are women who will like you and take advantage of you because of your money. But that's not the kind of woman you want. No, I'm not telling you shouldn't be giving, kind, generous, pay for a date. But don't throw money and attention at women at the hopes of getting her to like you. You kind of want to get her to like you for you. Lead with your personality, your sense of humor. And if a woman doesn't want you because you're not spending a bunch of money on her, she wasn't the right woman for you to begin with. Now, don't get me wrong, I spend money on my woman, but to a limit. But I lead with this charm, good looks, and sense of humor. Okay, so there you have it. 10 signs that you might be a simp, and a few suggestions on how you might be able to fix it. Make sure you let me know in the comment section. You agree, disagree, or have something you want to add to the conversation. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, hit that like button. Helps the channel to grow. And of course, tap that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos we release every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'll check you out the next time.
So now, there you have it, man. And like I said, I hope y'all are going to subscribe to the good brother Jeff Stylogy if you're not already subscribed to his channel. Excellent content over there for black men, okay? And ladies, you can learn something about it too if you raise the sons over there. Got a lot of good game over there on that channel. So now, let me deal with the last thing that Brother Jeff brought up, right? When it comes to spending money, okay, everybody's money, money, money today. Money, 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 money. Okay, we all know that, yes, in order to live in American society, anywhere on the planet, but definitely in America, You need to have your finances in order, okay? Now, understand this. When it comes to dating, okay, from the perspective of men dealing with women, brothers, let me tell you something, man. The dopest chicks you will ever be involved with will be the ones that, because see, this is what a lot of people skip right over today. They be looking at, oh, man, you got a fat ass doing, and just looking at how she look. Okay, yeah, all right, man. I understand if you're a younger man and you hadn't gotten to the stage where that's no longer really impressive. I mean, yes, you like it. Yes, you acknowledge it. All of us have an ideal what we would want a woman to look like as far as what we're attracted to. Okay. But that's not supposed to override and lead your decision making. The main thing that you want to try to find out is, okay, and this is the dope part that I'm talking about. Do you have common interest? Do you know how many people that are dealing with each other never sat down and tried to figure out if they got any type of common interest? Because see, when it comes to dating, all dates don't have to be expensive. If y'all got some common interest, those things might be on the cheaper side of the things. And see, let me tell you something. See, a lot of the women today, they're probably like, she said cheap. Yes, I did say cheap. Because see, here's where that's not an issue. If you really like the person that you're dealing with, as long as where you go is safe, you don't care where they at. You just want to spend time with that person. Okay? So that's some game for the simps out there. You need to understand, man, find out what your common interests are and then take it from there. And a chick that's really down with you, that rock with you, man, hey, look, of course all women like to have, things spent, money spent on them. They like nice things. There's nothing wrong with that, but they have to earn that, okay? You work your way up to that. It's levels to it, like the situation goes, okay? So now, you see what I got on the screen here, because this is the part of the broadcast now where we can start chewing up some simps. Oh, yeah, we finna have to chew them up. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to show you something, right? Because we got to teach this lesson over here the right way. Let me see if this the one right here. Oh, yeah. A lot of people sent me this. And before we get into it, let me show you what I'm going to show you how to avoid here before we play this. Because, see, this right here, this is a classic case of what simping gets you, okay? Now, as you see on the screen, it said, fact of business, let me take this banner down. I want y'all to be able to see it with me. It says he couldn't afford to get his son a Christmas gift because he pays $2,200 a month in child support. Now, for those of you that haven't seen this clip, prepare yourself. This is going to turn your stomach. And ladies, this is a warning for what type of woman not to be. But fellas, what I'm going to show you is how not to be one of these that you see on your screen here. Because, see, a simp, ladies and gentlemen, we got to give the simps their credibility for what they do have a talent for. They have all simps, okay? All simps have PhDs in what you see on the screen. Crash testing for dummies.
Yes, he's not lying, ladies and gentlemen. I graduated magna simp cum laude from
Shut up. Nobody want to know where you graduated from. We know. Listen, the simp is not lying, though. See, I can't keep him quiet. He graduated with honors from, Simp University, magna simp cum laude, and crash testing for dummies, okay? They've all got their PhD in crash testing for dummies. So I'm trying to show you how not to have that happen to you. And we're going to do that here tonight and examine this. So, fellas, I'm going to say this before we get started. And I want y'all to remember this because I got this from my grandparents. It's two places you ain't got no business going with a disrespectful, keyword, disrespectful woman. Back and forth. Two places you do not go. Because let me warn you about something, fellas. The difference between males and men when it comes to what we say what we mean and mean what we say. And that's it. The minute that you start arguing back and forth with a woman, especially if that's not your wife, she's brought you down to the level of a chick. The women in here may not admit that, but you come on now, ladies. Y'all know first thing, you ain't got no business trying to out talk a woman. That's a battle you really not gonna win, okay? Because they're gonna gaslight and play games. And then, ladies, tell the truth. Y'all can laugh if you want, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all gonna know I'm telling the truth about this. Do these young simps a favor and just be honest over here in my chat room. When y'all get to arguing back and forth with a man, you know you laughing in your head, especially when the fool is thinking he trying to explain something to you. Women are very intelligent. They'll play dumb to frustrate you. You laughing there like, I got this fool going back and forth with me just like he's a woman. You one of the girls. And y'all know that's hilarious in y'all head. But again, I caution y'all, be careful Because if you're dealing with certain simps, they can't take that type of humiliation when they get frustrated, all right? That's a dangerous game to play. A simp is a dangerous thing. That's why I'm trying to do this education over here so that we can hopefully help some of them catch their snap and walk on into manhood and leave the simp hood behind, okay? So now we're going to analyze this clip and we're going to stop it and break down what mistakes was made here because, man, this is bad, fellas. Y'all should never be in these types of situations. And see, before I even play it, you better understand that when you start procreating with people, you better have vetted that person. You don't just be skeeting off and everything, man. Everything isn't worthy of your seed. And I say this to the women. Your womb is not, you know what I'm saying, something that you just throw around in any old body so that you don't end up with an ain't shit baby daddy, like a lot of y'all be talking about. But brothers, as far as the ain't shit baby mama, you got to be in a state of self-control out here in life, okay? Now, yes, things do happen, stuff go wrong, but a lot of times, how you end up getting what we about to review here is because you leading with, you got a fat ass though. How do I know that? Remember Road of the Road Runner? Oh yeah, we're gonna go here with it because some of these jokers got to be put on blast. Road of the Road Runner has a group of simps caping for her because she got a fat ass though. Them the dum-dums that'll end up with a baby mama from here like we finna examine right here. Let's examine this, family. We're gonna break this down.
Because I pay child support.
I don't care about no child.
No,
That's
my
child
mama
support.
said I pay $20
Bro, no,
child
shut
support.
up. Let me talk,
Don't get
bro.
no gifts.
Bro, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm really tired of finding you, chasing you, for you to get
Crazy.
something for your son. Get that out of my face.
Man, hey, I pay child support. I pay
I don't
$20 on child
care.
support. Mom said don't get no gifts.
I don't care what your mama said. I'm so tired of your mom.
The gifts is
You
child
and your
support.
mom. Y'all both
Yo,
got to
chill.
piss
You
me
got me all
off.
blocked in and stuff. Chill
Bro,
out.
first of all, get that face.
I'm not doing nothing.
First of all, why you didn't just get him something for Christmas? Like,
Because I paid child support.
You had all year to save
Take
up
the
for...
child support.
No,
Go buy some
I don't
gifts.
care about child support.
Man, hey, if you don't care about child support, then why I'm on
Bro,
my hand.
because I'm here trying to make sure you go
Yeah.
get him a gift.
I'm not
I'm
getting
gonna
him
stay
no gift.
right
You want him to give me
here.
an
I'm
outfit
gonna
for
be
New
right
Year's.
here, and I'm gonna wait,
I'm
and you
getting an
gonna
outfit for New Year's. You
bro.
tripping.
What the is up with
I'm
this
dead
camera?
ass.
Like,
No, I'm being serious
bro,
right now.
I'm gonna sit.
Now let me pause it right here, okay? Let me pause it right here. Fellas, let me talk to y'all for a minute. I need black men, especially you younger brothers, to start having some standards about what you will and won't tolerate as far as femininity is concerned. Because see, whether you know it or not, that's your protection from ending up with something like this for a baby mama. I don't care how good you think she look. You should never deal with a woman that refers to you as bro. Let me tell you something. You do that around me, congratulations. I've thrown your ass into the female friend zone because I can't stand that. I'm not your bro or your bro. Unless that person is related to you, ladies, y'all better stop that crap. And don't listen to me if you want to. The brothers like myself that's got our shit together, we will treat your ass like you invisible. You come running around trying to say, bro. Because see, let me explain something to the younger black man. Because see, one of the mistakes that the boomers make when they tried to teach us things, they never really went into detail. I like to think that the difference between Gen Xers, when we're talking to millennials or Gen Z, we'll try to break some things down so that you can get some gain from it if you choose to. The reason you don't deal with a woman that's talking about bruh and bro all the time, she's letting you know that she has a propensity to hang around a whole bunch of damn niggas, okay? Instead of hanging around women and carrying herself in a feminine manner. This is the type of chick that want to sit here and argue with you, and she damn sure not going to respect you. So now if you see that early, I will give you this. If you decide that you just wanted to get a taste of that and see what's going on, please make sure you don't have no kids with her. Because look, dog, look. I'm gonna talk to you like a man is gonna talk to you. We're gonna be realistic. Because I know, look, some men would be led by lust and then they'll go in, they'll get with something like that. Because see, that right there, just the way she talking is unattractive to me. I wouldn't want nothing to do with her ass, okay? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. That right there is completely invisible to me. You know what I'm saying? You may as well be a white woman. And y'all know how I feel about them. Yeah, I'm going there. The Alabasters is gonna be mad, but hey, look, y'all just not my cup of tea. No, sorry to anybody that like them. That's not my cup of tea. A chick like this, with that little disrespectful mouth and trying to talk in a masculine demeanor, I don't have no use for you. Because see, I go by the natural order of things, men and women. We each have our corresponding roles, and they're different for a reason. They counterbalance each other. That's how you have order. When you go against the natural order of things and you got the woman trying to act like a man, the man trying to act like a woman, all you get from that arrangement is chaos. You understand me? So now he's stuck with a baby mama from hell because he didn't have sense enough to think with the head upstairs. Yeah, we got to make him take responsibility for some of that, family. We got to, okay? See, I'm talking to the she got a fat ass though crowd, all right? That's who I'm talking to when I'm saying that, all right? So I'm going to play the rest of this. I want y'all to pay attention to the next mistake that he going to make.
Right here, and you gonna go inside and get him
In front
again.
of my car?
Yes, I'm gonna sit right
You sound
here.
crazy.
Dude, I'm so tired of you.
You
Like,
sound crazy.
bro, just go inside and get your son a gift for Christmas.
Yes.
Why
I
I gotta
paid
beg you to
$22
get him
a
a gift for
month child support.
Christmas, bro?
Brothers, do you see how long this conversation is going on when it should have been over from the jump?
Bro, just come inside and get the stuff for Christmas. Yeah, bro, go get the stuff for Christmas.
Okay. See, let me tell you what this idiot should have did. And I got to get on him because this is a dummy right here. Apparently, they are in some type of parking lot, and whether it's department store or mall or wherever. Here's where being an intelligent man gets you out of stuff like this with little to no effort. Family, do you want to know what your brother GBS would have did in this situation? Let me know. You want to hear how I would have solved this? Because how I would have solved this would have been so smooth. I wouldn't have lost my temper at all. Do y'all want to know what I would have did? Because I'll tell you if you want to know. Hopefully these simps that we're broadcasting to here tonight that's listening mad in the clouds, probably giving the thumbs off, thumbs up, thumbs down on the channel. They pissed off. Y'all want me to tell you how I would have dealt with this? Because it's a simple solution. And fellas, y'all gonna be like, ooh, boy, you's a cold-blooded Negro for that. But it ain't nothing where you got to put your hands on nobody. You ain't got to pull out no pepper spray or none of that. Let me tell you what I would have did. Okay. If I was dumb enough, which I'm not, because I don't have any, but if I was dumb enough to go and just, you got a fat ass though, and blast off in the baby mama from here, bro. Oh man, I could never. But if I did, and this was my scenario I was dealing with, I would have got out my car. Well, okay. So you got me blocked in, you ain't gonna let me out. Bet. Here's what you do in that situation, fellas. You politely ask her a question, record it, because you need to record it. So you're not gonna let me out?
No, bro, you're gonna go in there and buy your son a gift, bro.
Would you please move? I need to go.
No, I'm not gonna let you out. Yeah, I'm gonna stay right here until you go buy your son a gift.
Okay, bet. Would you say it one more time?
I told you, bro, I'm not moving.
You sure you're not moving? No, I'm not moving. Okay, bet. Once you got that recorded, this is what you do, fellas. Whatever mall or place of business you at, you politely stroll in there. You even play along like, okay, cool. Just wait right here. I'll go get the gift. Go in there and inform the management at the store that there's a customer out there blocking the parking space because this is all illegal. You stay in the store. You don't go back out there. You don't tell her what you finna do. Okay, because see all that going back and forth. See, I'm a military guy. We don't give strategy away. All right. You just go in there and let them know that. And you know what they'll do? They'll politely call the authorities to deal with her ignorant ass. Problem solved. And see, let me tell you how cold-blooded I am with it. After I did that, I would go and, purchase me something at the food court. You know what I'm saying? A Philly cheesesteak sandwich, sub sandwich, whatever. And when they come up there to get you, I'll be like, yeah, I'll come over there walking by you while they got you in them cups. Like, damn, this is a good sandwich. You want some? Oh, you can't reach for it because you in them cups.
Bro, you called the police, bro.
Yes, I did. Ooh, this sandwich. Oh, it's delicious. Oh, this soda that I'm drinking. I'm trying to tell you, boy, I'll be all in her face in the police car laughing. Like, whoo. I like, officer, wait, don't leave yet. Could you roll the window down? I got to tell her something. Go ahead, make it quick. Now, baby.
Bro, I'm going to jail. Tell him you don't mean it.
No. You got to be taught a lesson, you little harpy from hell, you. Now, you sure you don't want some of this sandwich to take with you because that jail food is horrible. You ain't going to like that shit. I mean, it's probably going to have mold on it. I mean, you probably going to be in there for a minute because you know your broke ass can't afford to make bills. See, I'm trying to look, don't play with me Because if I'm having a good day, I'm not gonna let you make me have a bad one. See, that's what you use your head for, fellas. The one upstairs, not the one downstairs. Okay? Look, oh boy, y'all laughing up in here. Oh, come on, man. Look, I got it. Look, people like that deserve it. I got y'all laughing, but see, I'm giving this game to the younger people to encourage them to always use the best weapon you got, which is your head. Okay, the one upstairs, not the one downstairs. The one downstairs get us in all kinds of damn trouble, and you get bro. Okay, so if you find yourself in one of these situations, situational awareness is key, gentlemen. See, you can use those terms even outside the military. Always be aware of your surroundings. And your surroundings give you the advantage where this fool want to stay parked and you got it recorded. Well, when you walk in there, you can just politely play that you asked her to move several times. Hey, they're going to handle it from there. And you can go ahead and do what I told you and get you something to eat and rub it all in her face, okay? That's how you deal with that. Let's let it continue.
Take the 2200, go in the mall yourself.
No.
And get the gift.
You go get it, bro. I have him all the time.
Man, hey,
I'm with him 24/7. You can go outside and get your own.
But you get a lot of money right now. You get
$2,200. What is $2,200?
Okay, it's money.
That's broke boy money.
No, it's not.
You can't pay $2,200.
I pay you every month.
Bro, daycare is $2,000 alone.
Oh my God!
So what am I gonna do with $200?
I tell your mama to watch me.
Mama didn't do anything for Christmas.
Because I paid.
Yeah, and that's how you deal with that, fellas. Because you see, she's sitting up here insulting him. Hey, 2,200 is broke boy money, bro. I'm like, yep. See, what she would have did it for me, the minute that she would have said, I'm tired of you and your mama. Oh, you done insulted Mom Dukes. Oh, okay. Now, I really got to be petty. That's where I would have did it at. Oh, yeah, I would have hit her with it, man. I would have had to get her, man. I was like, okay, I got you. I'll show you something better than I can tell you. But see, if you're an emotional simp and you want to sit there arguing back and forth with them, fellas and ladies, when you're angry, you're not thinking clearly, okay? You're not. See, and as men, the difference is we're in our most powerful element when we keep control of our emotions, okay? Women, they're made to operate in emotional chaos like that. You're not going to win that battle with them. Look, ladies, I love you to death, but y'all are better suited to that. That's not my opinion. If you want to verify that, I'll give you some homework to do. Go and do some research on the differences between male and female brain patterns. Brothers, we are not equipped to go back and forth in emotional chaos and turmoil with them. I'm going to tell you another little dirty secret that some women, some, not all, but all are capable, okay? All are capable. Some women will maliciously use that. Let me put on the serpent voice here. You need to talk about your feelings. Talk about your feelings. You need to open up. You need to emote. You need to express yourself so that I can find out what you feel and use it against you. Yes, that's right. That's right. It sounds like a super evil version of Cobra Commander. Brothers, let me tell you something. We're all human beings. We have feelings and emotions, yes, but there are a segment of women out there that they want you to emote so they can use that shit against your dumb ass, okay? Yeah, we ain't got no business running around like big old emotional Care Bears all the fucking time. You show me a man that do that all the time, I'll show you one that don't get much done in the world. Like, again, we're human. We got feelings too. There's a time and a place to emote and to let that out. But to run around like that 24/7, that too turns you into a simp, okay? So now we got to examine something else here, okay? We got to go ahead and examine what becomes of a simp if you go down that route and you're not corrected. Brothers, especially those of you who are fathers, I'm going to warn you, what you're about to see is going to be so damn disrespectful. I'm looking at it like I just couldn't imagine. Look, not with my father. Oh, hell no. This right here, this is what happens when a simp progresses into an older simp. And you're going to see what I mean about this. A lot of y'all has sent me this. If you hadn't seen this yet, we're going to play it now, and then we're going to break some things down.
Here's something crazy. They don't want to hear nothing crazy. I'm not going out and shoveling nobody's. No, you can take all the Instagram stories you want to.
My son just said that I'm treating him like a slave because I'm making him shovel the front of the house, number one.
I didn't say you treat me like a slave.
You did.
Making me shovel. I said shoveling like a slave.
Okay.
Now, let me go ahead and chime in right now. Brothers, do you already see what the problem is right here? Do you already see what the problem is? Do you see what the problem is? Because let me go ahead and get into this. The first problem is, as a father, if that boy is living with you and that's your biological son, the first thing you did wrong is you hopping on Instagram. And I'm going to tell you why this isn't a good thing, because this might fly over a lot of young brothers' heads, especially if you're a young father. You don't do this because that puts you down on a peer level with your son or your child, okay? And ladies, you can get something from this too. You don't hop up and I'm going to put it on Instagram and try to embarrass them. First of all, these little pepperhead jokers don't care nothing about being embarrassed like that. Because they're going to be looking at like their friends, they just as pepperhead as they are. They be like, oh, your dad was tripping. Yeah, so that's the first thing. You don't let your child bring you down to a peer level with them. You the father, okay? You the parent. Now, the second thing that he got going on here, and this I can tell this boy here, this man here, because it's hard for me to call him a man. He's a male. This is how I know he's a simp. You got your boy talking to you when you provide the clothes on his back. He riding in the car that you bought and paid for and put gas in, and he talking to you with that little disrespectful, sassy tone, talking about what nobody don't care about. And you notice how he sound. Look, we got to get deep into this. I want y'all to listen to the rest of this that I'm gonna let play and tell me if you don't think that he probably talked to his father that way because he done seen his mammy talk to his father that way. And he sounds just like his mama, to be honest with you. See, I told you, I'm gonna hurt these Simps feeling here tonight. I'm gonna let this play, and then we're gonna further break this down.
Same difference.
No, it's not.
And
no, it's not.
He doesn't think it's a good idea to go around the neighborhood and shovel people's fronts out for money.
Because who's doing that? Who's doing that? It's 2024. Did somebody want their house shovel to get up and shovel for themselves?
Now, in case you thought I was wrong about what I said about the little pepperhead joke over there, look how he batting his eyes like a little woman, and look at the little female mannerism. He doing a little neck mannerism and stuff. See, this is what happens when a boy grows up with a simp for a dad that don't check his little disrespectful ass. First of all, I'm like, hey, son, what kind of tone you using? First of all, you don't address me with that tone. I take care of your little pepperhead ass. All right, that's the first thing we're going to get straight right now. Now, you can voice your concerns on something. You can voice your displeasure on something. But what you will not do under my roof is be disrespectful when you do it. And see, his little goofy ass don't understand. You're going to hear him talking about he got a job. But see, your father is trying to teach you how to hustle and stack bread and get more money. Every man in here that I guarantee, because see, most of these brothers over here, I already know some of y'all, man. Very successful in what you do. How many of y'all from an early age as young boys had grandfathers or fathers or uncles that showed you how to hustle as a kid before you was old enough to really go out here in the workforce and earn you some money? Let me tell you one of the things that, I did as a kid to get money, okay? Even though my family, we did all right. I ain't gonna brag about it. We did very well, okay? To be honest, we did very well for ourselves, okay? My family. But my father, one of his skill sets, he's a landscaper, amongst many other things. Don't you know that man taught me how to use a lawnmower and I would go around cutting the neighbor's grass? You think I didn't do that to earn money? Even though, if I wanted some, all I had to do was ask for it. But my father taught me how to hustle. My uncles, grandfathers on both sides, mother and father side, they're like, boy, be about that paper. Get your hustle on, okay? Be the type of man that when you make your own money, and they explained this to me earlier. See, this is what little pepperhead don't get. It's one thing for somebody to give you money, okay? Yeah, your parents gonna give you money. But when you make that transition from boyhood on the road to manhood early, and that starts early, okay? I want y'all to listen to this. This starts early because the difference between somebody giving you money versus you going out with whatever skill set you got and earning that money, you have a different respect and appreciation of that money then. You understand? You take a pride in earning that with something you did. Not dad or mom gave me some money. But see, this little sassy, soft son that he raising here, this ain't it, man. He gonna have a very hard life. Let's let it continue.
Then you already made me shovel once, and you want me to do it again? No.
Yo, this new generation, boy. This is the new generation.
Go home.
We used to go get money out here.
I have a job.
We used to.
I
That's
have
cool.
a job.
So you double up.
No, not shoveling nobody's white lady snow. No,
You supposed to see this
no,
opportunity and
this is
seize
not an
it.
opportunity. No, that's more work for me. Why would I do that? This is an off day at school for me. I want to lay home and lay in my bed with no clothes on all day. I'm not going out shoveling nobody else's snow. No, I want to shovel your snow. No.
I'm gonna say it flat out. Y'all gonna say this is harsh. He's not raising a young man, he's raising a bitch. Yes, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Damn it. I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna say it again, loud and clear. He's not raising a young man, he's raising a bitch. Look how that boy was acting with them little facial features and mannerisms.
No, why would I do that? I just want to lay at home in the bed with no clothes on.
You sound just like a little old hoe. Boy, I would be embarrassed, man. Ooh, oh my God, man. Look, no. See, look, let me tell y'all something, man. Your family name is supposed to mean something. I wouldn't want to be the little male around the family. That's how I'm signing. You, what's the difference between him and a little girl? Come on, man. Oh, but see, this is what happens when a simp becomes old and he's not checking that boy. Because see, if he thought it was cute to put him on Instagram and not did, now maybe he did discipline him afterwards, but you supposed to got that straight ahead of time because that sends a bad message to the rest of the world. And see, let's talk about that family name again. Whoever he was and whoever they are, whatever their last name is, boy, that's a bad reflection on your family. That's a bad reflection on what type of man you are. If you got that under your roof and he that disrespectful, oh no, ain't no way. So now you see, that's yet another example of what being a simp is and why a simp is useless to a family. Because the main job of a black man is to teach that little boy how to become a man. And you do that early. You start that training early. As soon as they start walking and talking, you get that training going. Okay, you start grooming them level by level. As the older they get, the more responsibility they can handle. You start teaching and instilling manhood in them. And the proper way to do that is to be in the same household so that they see what a man is supposed to do every day when he gets up and when he comes home, okay? You can't do that states away, another town away, okay? You better try to shoot for procreating with somebody that you can give the title of wife and be under that same roof so that you can instill a standard, a uniform standard in your children, okay? That's how that's supposed to work, all right? So now, we got to get into some other things over here on this broadcast because we're going to go down the mantle of different types of simps over here. Oh, yeah, I told you, we got it loaded over here tonight. I'm going to show y'all something, man. I want y'all to prepare to take notes on this.
That's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job.
Okay, so now you heard the king of all little bullet head simps who our good brother Cat Williams had to read his rights on, okay, over there on Club Shay Shay, Lord, the name of that podcast, Club Shay Shay. But look, shout out to Shannon Sharp, brother. I respect your success, but that name has always thrown me off. Let me deal with Simp Harvey, because I'm not going to call him Steve Harvey. I'm going to call him Simp Harvey. Let me deal with what Simp Harvey had to say. First of all, Simp Harvey, it's a man's job to take care of his kids with a wife. That's what our job is, not just a woman and some kids that are not biologically ours. No, that is not our job. A woman and some kids. As far as what we bring to the table, okay, we are the damn table. If we're protectors and providers and we got our shit together and we've accrued enough resources to be able to take care of a family, we are the table. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but we're going to tell it like it is over here, okay? So now, what the woman brings to that table, I will tell you, Steve, she brings femininity, nurturing, intelligence, cooperation, submission, in exchange for the privilege of having a husband that takes care of her. I don't give a damn what none of these goofballs say. A woman ain't just supposed to come to the table. Hi, here I am. Nope. And if you a man that thinks that that's all she's supposed to come to the table with, goofball, don't complain when you get the baby mama from hell that we showed you earlier in the broadcast. Those things that I just named, them 5 things, she's supposed to come to the table with that at bare minimum. So she can do her part, keyword her part. Like the Bible says, a woman, particularly a wife, is supposed to be a helpmeet to a man. She's supposed to do it all, but she's supposed to help you. I posit this question to you. If you're a man that thinks it are wrong and you stuck in the simp zone, or if you're a woman that disagree with what I said, I'm going to posit something to you. How can somebody be a helpmeet to a man that's a provider if the only thing they do when they come to the table is just consume? You don't ever put nothing on the table. You just take off the table. That's a damn parasite. And let me tell you something. A parasite is no good to a family. A woman that comes to the table with those 5 things that I named, she's going to be instrumental in building up a strong family and raising decent children, doing her part of what she's supposed to do in that marriage. All right. So now all this, she just supposed to come to the table with her. She can make another you. Okay, great. She can make another you. And if she the baby mama from hell, what she going to teach the other you? And I showed those clips in that order because, see, the little simp that was sitting there letting his son run all over him like that and disrespect him on Instagram Live. Yeah, the woman that he had that child with, she made another him. What did she teach him? Huh? What did she teach him? Oh, yeah, I told y'all, this they ain't gonna like. They ain't gonna like. So now that we got that out of the way, because, you know, we got to make it plain over here, we gonna deal into another type of simp. The conscious community simp craft that's going on. Oh, yeah, this is the one that's finna hurt some feelings here. Ho, 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 ho. Let me explain something to y'all about the conscious community simp, okay? The conscious community simps, and no disrespect to brothers that have gone to prison or jail or whatever. Okay, things happen, especially as a black man in America. I understand the situation, even though that's not my situation. I don't have a record of any kind. But to those that do, let me tell you why you need to understand what I'm about to say. A lot of times when you brothers are in doing your bids or what have you, you come into knowledge yourself. You have people in there that can sit you down and teach you things because you in a position now where if you was out there in the streets, you was fast. Never had time to think. Nobody, you know what I'm saying, pretty much instilled anything in you depending on what your family situation was. That's not your fault, okay? As far as it being a child. When you doing your bid and you sitting still though, and you get this knowledge and information put into you by people that had to learn it the hard way, then you get out, okay? Let me tell you why you vulnerable. Because even though you got valuable knowledge that can be applied, it's knowledge that you can teach. Very beneficial knowledge. The reason why you vulnerable to certain women though is because of many of you fall into the category where you'll run across women that have their little degrees, air quotes, and they will use you as a crash test dummy because you have, adopted the black woman is God standard. First of all, we're human beings. We were made in the image of God, okay? We're flesh and blood, mortal men and women, and we're not perfect, and we both make mistakes, okay? I've given you the analogy plenty of times. I even put it on my community tab that the problems in the black community are bidirectional. If you have a car with 4 flat tires, as I put on my community tab, and you only fix 2 tires on one side, you still have a car with a mobility issue. You got to fix all 4 flat tires. That's the problem with that. The black woman is God mindset, kissing women's asses like Derrick Jackson. Because see, a lot of these conscious community guys, what they did, they copied Derrick Jackson's model because it works. It works. It definitely works. Sitting there lying to the women, and you're not helping them no kind of way. Umar Johnson, yep. Oh, yeah, they put it in there. Umar Johnson, you right. Because see, Umar's a very intelligent man. I've said it many times in my critiques of him. I want him to get his school up and running. That's very needed. But the problem where he does the community a disservice at is sitting there to pander to women to get their money because he's basically, the Derrick Jacksons, the Umar Johnsons, the Ace Metaphors, the Pastor Poppy Duns, all these other little simp clones, okay, of Derrick Jackson, because they're Derrick Jackson's bastard children. We just can call them what they are. They're pretty much like the church pastor or preacher that's always talking about collecting a building fund and not a damn building get made, okay? You sitting there tickling people's ears and lying to them, but see, a man that sits there and tickles a woman's ears, he's useless because he's not going to produce anything and he's not going to do the most important job, which is protect a woman sometimes from herself when she's wrong. Any of you goofy simps that's sitting up here taking women's side when you see that she's wrong in the situation too, no matter what she tell you, you are useless. You are useless to the black community. You are useless to society. You are useless to a family, because if you sitting here lying to somebody to spare their feelings, you're not walking in the proper road that the Most High put a man to walk in. We're supposed to be truth bearers, okay? And if you're not a truth bearer, then your children not going to value the truth. And that woman is not going to respect you eventually, because, yeah, she'll like you go along and simp and tell her whatever she want to hear. But at the end of the day, when she start to see how real men move, she going to realize that you basically worthless, other than just in a utilitarian sense. And chances are she going to leave your goofy ass for a man that's not a damn simp. I can't make it no more plain than that. We're going to examine what I'm saying, though, because one of these brothers here, he's going to give his experience about him catching his snap and waking up to that conscious community simp crap, okay, that we got on the screen here. I'm going to let this play, and I want y'all to prepare to take some notes from it. I told you we're going to be thorough with this breakdown over here tonight.
Out there, YouTube world, what's up? This is why I fell back from the conscious community. And why I fell back, there's a lot of different reasons. I could give you a lot of scenarios on why I fell back. I used to go to the lectures, right? I used to go to the lectures and all that, SETI, Polite, you know what I'm saying? A lot of different names, you know, Phil Valentine, a lot of different names. I used to go to the lectures and all of that, right? But while I used to be sitting in the lectures, you know, I used to think to myself, yes, I'm learning a lot right now. You know what I mean? I'm learning stuff that I never knew. But I'm trying to figure out, how could I apply all of this in my everyday life? You know, I understand like the health stuff. Yes, I can apply that. But I'm not understanding the rest of the knowledge. How can I apply that? You know, mind you, while I was going to these lectures, I was still in the streets. While I'm sitting in the lectures, I'm getting calls. I'm getting hit on my phone. You know what I mean? All of that. Missing money and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, you know, this is good. And this is all making me feel real good. But how could this help me? You know what I'm saying? So the lectures used to end. I used to come outside the lectures, and if you ever been there, all the vendors is outside in the lobby or whatever of wherever the lecture's being held, and they're selling you stuff and this and that, and you know, it's a lot of different products you could buy and this and that. And that's when it hit me. And I don't give a fuck who don't like this or what I'm gonna say. This is my opinion. You know, you feel however you feel. I felt like it was all a hustle. Like the whole thing was just like a big hustle. You know what I mean? They used to charge a lot. They used to charge like a big number and all that, a lot, to get into these lectures. And I didn't have no problem paying it, but I gotta leave here with something. You know what I mean? I gotta leave here with something I could use tomorrow. Like, let's say you go to a lecture on a Sunday, right? Let's say you go to a lecture on a Sunday. How am I gonna use everything that I learned on Sunday, Monday morning? You know, that's what I used to think to myself. And a lot of the lectures, I seen a lot of ego tripping too at the lectures. You know, I used to get back to my block and I used to teach like the young dudes on my block, like stuff that I learned and this and that. But what I was teaching them is not what they needed. They needed jobs. You know what I mean? Like people that I hung with, you know, they was in the streets. They needed jobs. You know what I mean? So I felt like a better approach for a lecture is at the end of a lecture, right? You can give the people something they could work with, something they could use. You understand what I'm saying? Like maybe some black businesses or something like that, that like the people who attend the lectures that don't have jobs can apply to. You know what I mean? I'm thinking that. I'm thinking we just can't sit here and get this knowledge and then we walk off and go right back to our regular lives and all of that.
So now I'm gonna pause the brother right there because, again, salute to this brother. You know what I'm saying? He realized some things on his own, and see, as if everything in life, okay, as with most things in life, sometimes people have to learn on their own. You can't tell them anything, because if you try, they're so deep into what they believe, they're not going to really hear you. And that's painful. If you really care about somebody and you trying to get them to understand certain things, you got to step back and say, well, maybe it wasn't meant for them to understand it right now. And hopefully it's nothing that'll cost them their lives, and they'll go on to catch their snap in their own due time. Let me explain something about what he's talking about, because see, basically, and I got to call it what it is. And if you in that conscious community, you can be mad all you want to, okay? Because a lot of times, a lot of the coons in these different spaces, they lump everybody in New Black Media. They think we all a part of the conscious community. No, we're not. Some of us come from that, and a lot of us, like myself, do not. I'm not saying that they don't have good information, okay? I'm not saying they don't. Some of them have great information. The problem is with some of them, when they get together to do these little lectures that they have, if it just turns into intellectual masturbation and there's nobody there at that lecture, say if you're talking to black men about health or the black community about health, right? There should be somebody at that lecture that you can hook them up with that can show them how to do what you're talking about. You should have some business cards that you say, hey, look, this brother or sister right here got to connect on the herbs that you need to be taking, or you should try out, or like in greater, you know what I'm saying, in greater regard to what I'm talking about. If you're trying to talk about community improvement, what we need to do, this, that, the third, we need to do this, we need to do that. At that lecture, before everybody walk up out of there, you should have some competent black brothers and sisters that are businessmen and women that can pass out their business card and say, look, whether you need a job or you want to learn how to start a business, here's what I do. I can help you with these practical steps. Not just sit there and talk to you like the damn Pastor Pork Chop that want to pass the collection plate around and the building fund don't never get built. You understand? So see, there's a lot of good brothers and sisters that get into that conscious community, but we got to call it what it is. Some, not all, some. Some of them will go and join that when it's men, because they know, okay, I found a place where all we got to do is talk and never build and produce nothing. And some of the women will run to that because they know, okay, yeah, I found a place where some of the biggest simps on the planet are. Okay, they're easily controlled because some of them have criminal backgrounds, and some of them might even be in the homosexual community. Oh, we got to tell the truth over here tonight. Yes, I got to tell it. I got to call it for what it is. Don't get mad. Get smart. Prove me wrong. To quote the late, great Dr. John Henry Clark. If you in that homosexual community, that's a perfect haven for you amongst some of those places, some of those circles, because all they do is talk, but no community solutions are never implemented where you got to put hand to pavement or plow and build and apply something. See, I'm letting you know some of the problem with that conscious community, but I want y'all to continue listening to this brother, because he's telling you what his experience was, and I put this in here tonight so that you can hear it from somebody's own mouth what their personal experience was. Does that speak for everybody? No, it does not. But it is a problem in spaces like that, okay? So I'm going to let the brother continue, and we're going to further analyze it.
We can't sit here and do this. We gotta leave here with something. You know what I mean? We gotta leave here with something. And I spoke to a lot of people on a one-on-one in the lectures, and they wasn't the same people. They wasn't the same people as they was portraying to be in the lectures, you know. I remember one time I went to like one of the Moors. One of the Moors had like a little gathering, and down on the house of not Sinetta shit, the House of Consciousness, the other joint, the actual theater on 125th in Madison. I think it's the National Black Theater. They had a little gathering there, and I asked one of the Moors. I said to him when it was all said and done, I said, "Yo, so how do we start all of this? How do we start this whole Moorish nationality thing? How do we start this whole thing?" And he says to me, "Claim it." He says, "Claim it," and starts walking off. I'm like, fuck. Then I asked another one of them the same thing, and he only had like 3 words for me also. So I'm like, hold up. I just spent my money to get it in this shit, and these dudes that's hosted this shit can't even give me a proper answer. So I'm like, hold up. Is this a hustle? You know what I mean? I'm starting to feel like this shit is just a big hustle. You know what I mean? So, you know, I didn't give up. I still went to a few lectures. Yo, listen, I used to see the brothers, certain brothers and all that used to be in the lectures on 25th, getting a hustle on and all of that. These dudes used to look hurt. You know what I mean? They used to look hurt. I'm like, yo, I used to look at them like, yo, maybe, I don't know. Maybe like, it'd make niggas more happier if they got jobs or something. Cause niggas is out here looking hurt. You know what I mean? So, I never gave up. I still kept going to the lectures and all of that. And, it finally dawned on me that to not ever come back to these shits. Cause what I'm learning here, I could also learn in the books. And these people that's giving the lectures and all that, they hustling. You know what I mean? They hustling. You know what I mean?
So now let me point something out, because see, this goes into what I was saying earlier in the broadcast. There's sometimes, you know, situations in life where people have to realize certain things on their own. Now, if you go into these lectures or whatever, you be about your own discernment and determine whether the information is something that you can practically apply. But the most important thing that he just stated here, and I've said this over the years many times, I try to encourage you all through broadcasts that I bring you on any platform that I'm on. The best way for you to learn something, even if you hear it from anybody that you have a respect for, brother or sister, is to make that knowledge your own. Now, what do I mean by that? That means that, okay, you heard something and you say, okay, yeah, there's some good information here that I think I can use. Then you build upon that information by doing your own research, going to get your own books related to that subject, okay? Learning that way, and then, you know, you make that information yours then, because you've taken a responsibility upon yourself to say, okay, I've got this information, but it's up to me to make sure that I understand it and see how I can apply it in my own life, okay? So that's what this brother came to realize. And then, like I said, I'm not picking on this brother or anybody that's in that situation, because there's some good people that's in the conscious community, okay? I ain't gonna just, you know, take a crap on all of them. Some very good brothers and sisters. The problem is that problem element that I mentioned earlier and that he's talking about here. Let's let him get back to it.
They hustling, they hustling hard. And the first time I ever been to a lecture, like, we went up in there on some thug shit. You know, we went up in there on some gangster shit. Like, yo, what's this shit about? You know what I mean? We came up in there. You know, I met Sarnetta. Who used to always put together. He used to put together the lectures. He used to put together the lectures and the debates and all that. And he's a very knowledgeable brother. He came through the ranks of a lot of different schools of thought. You know what I mean? He came through the ranks. You know. But I started to realize that, yo, this is not coming at Sarnetta and all that either. You know, this is just what I seen while I was, you know, in the lectures and all of that. I felt like this shit was nothing but a hustle, nothing but a big hustle. I went to a few of Polite's joints, and he's breaking down a bunch of knowledge that you can't even understand while you sitting there.
Now, let me go ahead and stop him right here, because he mentioned Pedo Light. Yo, he mentioned the brother Pedo Light. He ain't no brother of mine or nobody's in the community. We see where he's at now, and rightly so. Let me tell y'all something about knowledge or wisdom. And this is also the mark of a good teacher, too. And I want y'all to let this stay with you as long as you live, especially you're a young black person. Listen to me, whether you're a man or a woman. Knowledge should be simple. The truth is simple, okay? When a teacher starts making things so complex that you don't walk away from that lesson with any type of understanding, I posit to you this: that's not a very good teacher. Let me further underscore that any teacher that you cannot ask questions, that tells you not to question them, or they give you back an answer like he was saying earlier when he asked the question. So how do we implement all of this? How do we, you know, get this and put this into practice? Claim it, brother. Claim it, my brother. You know what I'm saying? That kind of vague crap, because see, these are people that don't have any answers for you. So you better be very wary about any type of teacher that gives you a vague answer like that, or they get irate when you question them. A good teacher is always prepared to answer any question and help the student come to an understanding of what they're presenting to them, so that they can apply that information in their daily lives if they so choose to do so. Okay? So that's the thing where I was saying earlier that a lot of these brothers that go into this conscious community, when they see that they're in a situation where they done came out from doing a bid, then they run across some of these dudes or some of these women, and they start simping. They're vulnerable to be taken advantage of when they mean well and they're good-hearted people, and they could probably do a lot of good things. But see, lack of knowledge, it makes you vulnerable to be preyed upon, okay? So that's why I'm letting this brother speak his experience here, and I'm glad he's doing it the way he's doing it, because a lot of people don't want to tell the truth about that. Let's let it continue.
Understand what I'm saying? And I don't know, this shit didn't resonate with me. And you know me, I'm a vibe dude. I go off of vibes, and this shit didn't resonate with my soul. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like this shit was 100. You know what I mean? So I started reading all of that on my own, and you know, not really like watching too much of these dudes' videos and going to the lectures no more. I started reading this shit and researching everything on my own and all that. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all right now, everybody ain't 100. Everybody ain't 100. Just because somebody's smart and they educated, it don't mean that they're a good person. Cause once a person starts to learn certain things, they become like their oppressors. You understand what I'm saying?
Now, let me add this to what he's saying, because he's 1,000% right on that. He's 1,000% right. That does apply to some people. Here's the other thing that you know, if you go into any type of, lecture or gathering or what have you, and they're trying to give some information to the people. What he said earlier, when he was talking about, okay, he would go there and they would spend all this time. He would go to all of them. He paying to get into them. Anybody that's for the advancement and empowerment of the community, they're going to tell you, hey, I don't want you spending all your time listening to me. I want to put you up on something so you can go get you some paper. Because as a man, especially, you can't move or build anything unless you got your economics together. For a community as a whole, you can, okay? So now, what have I always taught you all about time over here on this channel? Time is the most precious, non-renewable resource that you will never get back if you waste it. And see, a lot of these guys, and I understand, because on the one hand, it's better if they're getting out from doing a bid than them going back and doing what they were doing in the streets. But the other thing that they need to gain from going to these conscious community circles and places like he's describing, they don't need to just be there and they go there every day like it's an AA meeting or a social club. They need to be walking away with some type of skill set where they can make and earn some money for themselves without having to look over their shoulders, or it puts them in jeopardy or violating probation or parole and put them back, on the modern day slave plantation, which is the prison system. Okay. And see, the brothers that are really legit, they will talk to you just like I'm telling you. Like, okay, young man or sister, yeah, we it's good you coming here. It's good you getting this information, but let's get you hooked up with some people or a skill set that can get you to earn some money. This is how you start a business, okay? Or if you the type of person where you trying to, work a job, let's see, even if you have a record, let's try to get you into something where that record isn't going to stop you from getting employed. If you're a man or a woman, get your CDL, okay? That's one area that you can go into and make money, even if you have a record, depending on what it is, okay? You can get you some money, okay? Let's see if we can get you into some IT courses, if that's your thing, okay? Whatever it is, I'm just using those two things as an example. A person that really cares about you is going to try to guide you into something so that not only can you just come in and sit there and look at them, talk to you about what you need to do, and then especially if that person is doing well, we want you to do well like we do. Like, hey, okay, let me pass the game down that was passed to me to show you how to get into this situation, okay? Fact of business, if you're on my Patreon, let me tell you something that I'll broadcast over there. I want all of you to study. And I ain't all of you that are already over there know about it, but in case you hadn't signed up for it, I put a broadcast over there where some brothers that are teaching you how to get federal contracts, okay, how to be an independent contractor. That broadcast right there is so much good game in that. I didn't put no commentary over that or nothing. I just let that play because that's some information that can teach you how to put yourself in a better position and come up. See, that's what I want. I'm doing well, thank God, thank the Most High for it. Blessed, okay. I want to see my other people out here in the community. I want to see them get to that situation, especially if you're a young Black person. But see, that's another thing I like to see happen early. I like to see younger Black people acquire skill sets that put them in an advantageous position to deal with all the challenges they're going to have to face in the future, because that's the future of our people. So I just wanted to add that part of what the brother was saying. Let's let him get back to it.
When they start learning the knowledge and how to manipulate people through it, they become just like the oppressors. You know what I'm saying? So you can't trust everybody. You can't trust everybody that's educated or that's trying to educate you. You know what I'm saying? You got to make them live that. You got to make them live what they saying. They got to show action. they got to show action through their teachings. You know what I'm saying? You can't just tell somebody, oh, you know what I'm saying? We was kings and queens. We was kings and queens in Egypt and this and that. But what we gonna do right now though? Like what we gonna do right now? You know what I mean? How we gonna uplift each other and build now? How we gonna build pyramids now? Let's build that now. Let's not really get into like shit we did like 6,000, 7,000 years ago. Let's talk about how we could build now. You know what I'm saying? The people need help now. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of people used to tell me and all of that shit is just to make you feel good. It's like a feel good shit. It's feel good. You know what I mean? It's to make you feel good and all that. Nah, we need more than feeling good. You understand what I'm saying? We need something that we could work with, yo. Something that we could use. You know what I'm saying? Something that that'll actually bring us into like a higher light. You know what I'm saying? Woke and broke. Woke and broke. That's going to be my new phrase. Woke and broke. Because a lot of the woke people, they like some of the brokest people you could ever come across. You understand what I'm saying? And this is no disrespect.
Now, let me deal with what he just said, because, see, brothers like myself, Brother Tariq, okay, many others, will tell you, we not the type of people that sit up here and promote that, okay, because you have knowledge that you're supposed to be a broke person or tell y'all to live your life like that. Hell no. Let me tell you something that I believe in personally, because this was passed down in my family. Each and every one of us, all of us, black people, all of us, male and female alike, okay? I don't care whether you tall, short, whatever the case may be. Everybody has a talent that God gave you that you can use. It's up to you to discover what that talent is. You can use that talent to earn a living, whatever the case that might be, okay? And see, this is why you try to encourage children from a young age and help them develop those talents, because they may have more than one. And see, when it's cultivated and nurtured from an early age, you don't know what that little black boy or black girl could grow up to be in our community, okay? That's the healthy mindset to have towards cultivating the talent of the youth. But as far as us as adults, let me tell you something. Like he said, that woke and broke stuff, no, sir. I will never, ever tell my people that that's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be running around here and it's supposed to be some type of act of piety where you're supposed to be running around here with damn 2 wooden nickels in your pocket to roll together or pocket lint. Hell no, I don't live like that. And I don't want you to live like that. Okay. Like I said, and to Sister Netta J and everybody else, yeah, that government contract and broadcast is on my Patreon. It'd be easy to find. Just scroll down. It's not too far down because that was done. It was done last year, but it's not too far back. You'll be able to know it when you see it. A lot of good game there. Black men sitting down talking about it. And see, that's something they try to keep us out of as far as government contracts. Any of us that does that kind of work. So anybody will be able to get some game from that. But like what he's saying here, that whole, you're supposed to take a vow of poverty. Oh, no. Let me tell you something, man. I believe all of us, especially us, foundational Black American freedmen, men and women, with everything we've given to this country, we have a right to live good lives. Wait, look, let me tell you, one of the best feelings in the world is when you get yourself financially stable and you decide to travel and go somewhere and them folks get to looking at you, you know, they come in, hey, buddy, what do you do? I sell painted rocks. Don't worry about what I do. Your people ain't running telling me what y'all do. They always be trying to get in your business. I can't stand that. Now, another black person, oh, yeah, hey, come here, brother. Yeah, this how you do this, woo-de-woo. Okay, you go here, talk to this, here's this website. Hey, take this course, get these certifications. Oh, yeah, I'll give game to my people all day long. Now, you tell us, I have to vet y'all, boy. If I see them hairlines looking like horseshoe crabs, boy, I hear, hey, nigga, what do you do? I don't know. It's a case-by-case basis with the tellers, but I digress. Anyway, I will never promote that crap. Black people are supposed to live well, okay? That's why we stumble for these reparations and a lot more. You are supposed to live a good life because, see, one of the mistakes in our community, you got people running around out here thinking that it's some type of honorable thing for us to live a hand-to-mouth existence. No, hell, no. The devil is a lie. The guy that I serve didn't put us down here to live that way. I know that for a fact. So I agree with that brother on that, but I want y'all to listen to the rest of what he's saying. Let's let it continue.
I'm not trying to disrespect nobody or nothing, but it's the facts. You know what I'm saying? It's the facts. How could we use all this knowledge that we obtaining to make our lives better? You know what I'm saying? That's always the type of time I was on. You know what I mean? Thanks for watching. Thanks for everybody that support. That was my little brief little scenario on the conscious community and why I fell back. You already know, Big Twin, like, subscribe, share, hit the like button on the comment, you know what I'm saying? Let the video circulate around, you know what I'm saying? Let's take this shit somewhere else. Got a lot of good content coming, you already know, Big Twin.
So now, that was the brother Big Twin, and please do go subscribe to the brother's channel. He seems to have good, positive content over there from what I can ascertain. I think y'all probably would like that if you like the content over here. So now, we got to get into the portion of the broadcast that I promised where we're going to be debunking this simp craft with some facts and numbers. Now, let me give my disclaimer. The content creator that we're going to be reviewing here, I don't always agree with everything he says. As I tell all of y'all, you're not supposed to agree with all of anything anyone says on any platform. You're not supposed to. You got a mind of your own. However, when it comes to statistics and numbers and facts, this brother right here is on it. I know because I verified the information that he's talking about, and I'm very familiar with the information he's talking about. We got to debunk a lot of this simp crap because, see, unfortunately, in a lot of these spaces, you got a lot of these people with these podcasts, they love to lie to women, but unfortunately, and it's a cruel thing because it's profitable to lie to women and just tell them what they want to hear, even though you know that if any man knows that's the cruelest thing you can do to a woman is tickle her ears and have her believing in all kinds of stuff, which is a problem with that damn conscious community, always talking about intangible things when it's time to talk about tangible stuff, but I digress. We go statistics and numbers, and ladies, if you listen to this live or recorded, you're going to learn something because it's been going around on a lot of these different simp podcast circles. They just sit there and say stuff. And here's something I want to enlighten the sisters on, because some of y'all might listen to some of them people. Here's a question that you need to ask yourself, though. The stuff that they're saying, I don't care if it's Umar or anybody else, Pastor Poppy Dunn, Ace Metaphor, Derek Jackson, whoever you want to name, ask yourself this question. When they say it, do they ever cite a source to back up what they're talking about? And do they present any type of report or information that can say, okay, this is where I got this from. I'm not just saying this and pulling this out my ass to tickle your ears and coddle your feelings. You see what I'm saying? We about to learn something over here tonight. Let's get into
it. Dr. Umar Johnson, and also this brother that we're about to review in a second. This is the second, maybe third, fourth time that I've seen brothers that are loud. They consider themselves pro-black. Of course, they'll have a black woman on the panel as well, and they'll spew off some misinformation about black men. I've talked about these things multiple times, but I have no problem addressing these brothers again. Panders, pro-black woke people that try to virtue signal to black women by feeding them lies. Yeah, I'm on y'all asses. Pause. Because I'm getting tired of this foolery. Y'all causing more of a divide than you can actually understand, because when you say this foolery, black women are going to listen to you because you're sitting there with this queen mother goddess energy and they think that you're for them. When in actuality, you're doing more damage than anything because you're lying on your fellow black men. So before any woke pro-black type of brothers get on any panel and say something that you have no knowledge of, do the research first and tell your black female audience the truth. But we're going to clear this foolery up right now. Y'all going to learn. Y'all gonna learn messing with black men's ethnic image, man. Yeah, it's a Charlie Quest. Okay, let's define woke. The way that I hear these pro-black dudes define woke is they have that queen mother goddess mindset where the black woman can do no wrong and they fail to look outside of the box instead of going with this energy that, well, black men are supposed to be the leaders of the black community, then they should be the ones responsible for black women's behavior. No, that's what I define as woke, because black women have already said multiple times that they have separated themselves from black men.
Now, let me pause this and deal with a couple of things that the brother Media Man is saying. Let's clarify some things because, see, I'm one of the main people that have spotted this issue since I take in a lot of information and I know a lot of different people in many different sectors of YouTube. One of the main problems, and let's go ahead and clear this up, he says he's not a part of the manosphere, but he's somewhat manosphere adjacent because a lot of his audience frequents those platforms. However, the brother's accurate information here is something that can be verified, so put personal feelings to the side. The problem that a lot of them tend to have in those spaces like that, though, they lump everybody in one box. In other words, they think Umar Johnson represents everybody that's pro-black or black first, okay? And he does not. He does not. You don't never hear myself, Tariq, Brother Jason, Afro Elite, Black Alpha Network, many others that I can name. You don't never hear us or Queen Mother Goddess, the black woman of God, and all this other stuff. We don't do that type of stuff. We give you things that you can actually apply and use, okay? So that's the part that needs to be cleared up with them. They've crowned Umar Johnson the king of anybody that's talking about anything pro-black or black first, and he does not represent us because it's clear over the years our content does not sound that way, okay? And like I said, no disrespect to Umar. I don't have a problem with the brother as far as his intelligence. I will never slight him on his intelligence. What I will criticize him on, though, is all that damn pandering, okay? Let's see, a lot of them, while we are talking about Umar, they don't understand that Umar really didn't get his popularity on a national stage till Brother Tariq put him in Hidden Colors and Brother Jason Black put him in one of his projects, okay? Before that, Umar was not on a national stage like that. He didn't have all them lectures and speaking tours and things that he has until those brothers put him on. A lot of them get that backwards, and he knows that too. That can be easily verified. That's not my opinion. That is historical fact. So I just wanted to clear that part up, but I'm going to let the brother continue because he's going to break down some very important statistics here that's going to be very educational for men and women alike.
They hold. Y'all can agree or disagree, but if you look online, if you look in society and the people who speak, the black women who speak in public, i.e. Fox Soul ladies, Claudia Jordan, when she was up there with Ice Cube.
I gotta ask this question. Because you're on this show with the cocktails with the queens. And there's a reason for that. It wasn't to have you defend or not defend Donald Trump. It was about, I care about what's in this contract with Black America for women. And it's not, we're not mentioned at all in the contract with Black America. And
you are mentioned. I mean, when you mention black people, you mentioning black women. So don't count yourself out.
No, that's not true. That's like administration say that when they
black people is not black women. Black women are not included in black people.
No,
it's
but that's like, you know, that's like you saying. That's like when the president says minorities, then he's including black people. But we all know that that's not the case. Black women have specific needs that are not also being met. And we also feel that there should be some things that are specific to us and our plight as well.
So that's the types of.
Now, let me go ahead and deal with this and clear something up here. I don't care whether it's Media Man or anybody else. Them heifers on Fox Soul do not represent all the sisters in the community. No, they do not. Because there were black women pushing back against that nonsense as well when they tried to separate themselves from black men, okay? So I'm not going to sit here. See, that you know, like I said, no disrespect to this brother because his statistical information is on point. But I'm going to clear up this whole misconception that runs in a lot of spaces where they'll pick the worst of black women and say, okay, see, this is black women. No, it's not. No, it's not. They do not represent all sisters in the community, okay? You know, I myself was very critical of them heifers on Fox Soul multiple times on this platform. The content is still up. They do not represent most sisters. Just getting that straight, all right? So now, when it comes to what they were saying in that clip, as far as about, okay, black women are separate from black men, most sisters here today, especially that in this economy and this situation under this Biden administration, they know that, we're in the same boat together. They are not separate and apart from us. And if you're a black woman that thinks that, you just wait till you see how you fare in the coming months of this year here in 2024. It's going to be some rude awakenings with all the things that we've covered over here on this channel and many other platforms in these spaces. You go and play that game if you want to, you're going to lose. You're going to come up snake eyes. So I just want to get that part out the way. I'm going to let him get back to what he's talking about because, you know, like I said, a lot of times they'll pick up on them terms that the white folks be talking about, misusing the word woke and all of that. But again, set that to the side because the information he's about to present is going to be very accurate as far as the numbers.
Dudes that I'm talking about. So if you fall into that category where you just blindly believe that everything is the black man's fault, I'm calling you woke. So we're going to talk about these brothers. This is not, again, Dr. Umar falls victim to this as well. Because for some odd reason, he has cognitive dissonance when all these black women talking about black men should be deleted.
These divested women, I don't know if y'all know about divestors. They say some of the most horrendous things about black men in pursuit of white men. Don't get with no black man. Get you a white man. They dusty. They deserve to die. I could let y'all listen to a clubhouse group chat with nothing but black women talking about their appreciation for white men and black men should die. I'm going to play it for y'all. But
there's no turning back because these dusties are dusty. They just belong in a coffin.
And see, a lot of them are tethers too. See, this is why we do what we do in these spaces where we delineate. Because if you won't look, Most of the clubhouse, that's Tetherville over there. That's why y'all never see me on that platform. It's Tetherville and it's government surveillanceville too, in case you don't know. Oh, I've done breakdowns on that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you are way behind the game if you over there on Clubhouse. It's full of ignorance. A lot of people saying a whole bunch of stuff up there, and they're going to be getting some visits from folks in suits knocking on their doors, okay? And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that. But a lot of these women here are tethers, okay? And see, them young brothers on the Daily Wrap-Up crew, I don't think they really talk to anybody that's knowledgeable enough to break that down to them and say, hey, look, when you say black women, you need to stop and make a distinction between the tether class of black women and our women. Yes, we have our issues and problems with our women, but most sisters that are foundational black American female, they ain't gonna never be sitting there talking about no black men as bullet bags and wishing death on black men, because hell, they got sons, they've got uncles and fathers. They love their fathers, sons, and uncles and what have you, okay? And male cousins. These heifers here a lot of times come from countries where women are not treated very well and are abused. And I got some content coming up, so I'm gonna have to break some things down about what they go through in the Caribbean and on the continent. Shout out to my African and Caribbean riders, but I got to tell the truth about that. I'm gonna deal with that very thoroughly in some upcoming content. So I just wanted to make sure I clarify that. Let's let it continue.
Belong in a coffin.
I agree. Ladies, I'm so happy that we love in white men, because they are the most sweetest, wonderful men. And you know what's so sad? Our mothers should have left the black men a long time ago.
I feel safe now that the Dusties are in the gulags. When I look at the title, white men are better for black women.
All these types of things is on social media, but for some odd reason, all Dr. Umar sees is black men dating outside of their race. And not all the black men, he just looks at the entertainers, sports, players, athletes, so on and so forth. So if you fall into that category and you have that energy and you fail to do your research on the black community and how far black men have succeeded outside of being included, heterosexual black men, then you fall into what I consider the woke category, because y'all be loud and wrong for no reason. Y'all got to get out of that mindset, man. You can only lead people who are willing to follow. Black men have no agency over what black women decide to do. Same thing I did with the brother that was talking about black people don't own banks.
We ain't got no schools, we ain't got no banks, we ain't got no hospitals and nothing, Kim folks.
Black people don't own hospitals without doing your research on how we lost those hospitals. I've covered all this stuff. So I actively search for guys who consider themselves pro-black and woke, because y'all gonna sit there and say Robert Smith, the billionaire, isn't considered pro-black when that brother has done more than most of the pro-black dudes that I see. Let
me address that point right there, because a lot of them are throwing that around, okay? And let me go ahead and deal with that right now, because see, a lot of times, and like I said, shout out to the brother Media Man. He's over in the Houston area. No disrespect to him, but we're going to get some things straight about the Robert Smith issue. What people are saying is, because see, they never talk to people like myself that can break this down for them what the issue was. It was a great thing to see what Robert Smith did. That was very needed. It's a good thing. I won't say anything bad about that. What people are saying is, okay, if you're going to be pro-black, this is the difference between being pro-black and black first. I'm going to break this down again. Pro-black, anybody can be pro-black, meaning for black people, do things for black people, be for the interests of black people, okay? A white person can be pro-black. Being black first is something else. So what people were saying is, okay, you love your people so much, but you got that white wife. Now, a lot of people say, well, that ain't got nothing to do with it. No, because see, it doesn't have anything to do with it as far as his philanthropic endeavors. Okay, it doesn't. He can give and donate money all he wants. Now, when it comes to you trying to lead in the community and you sitting up there and you got that white wife or that white husband, now we got to have a different conversation. Yes, we do, because see, here's why that matters. It matters because, give it to you this way. If you married to a white woman or a white man, and then it comes to issues in the community dealing with specifics about reparations or anti-black racism, that person is going to be conflicted, because they're looking at it like, okay, well, you land up with me, and, you know, the people that you really going to have the main beef with are going to be those in the dominant society, aka white folks, okay, that you're trying to make sure that they render compensatory justice towards our people, it's going to further complicate things if you have biracial kids. And like that man, and for the man's situation, if he's not firm in that household where, you know, he's got his rules and standards set, that's going to cause a whole lot of conflict and confusion. Same thing, even worse, if it's a black woman married to a white man, because you're supposed to be following the man, and that white man ain't trying to hear nothing about your people getting no reparations. He's dealing with you for whatever his reasons is. He don't care about your people. So see, that's the part that they don't really like to talk about. And see, they don't talk to anybody like myself that can articulate what we're saying. Again, any black person, whether you married, you know, to somebody in the community or not, you can be pro-black and do things for black people, but you wouldn't be black first, because of all the millions of people that you could deal with. You couldn't go get you a black spouse. See, that's what our issue is. So that's the intelligent way to put that. Nobody's saying that what Robert Smith did was a bad thing. Most people with sense aren't now, because you got some ignorant people in our community that they will actually criticize that. Yes, his act was a good thing. But as far as him stepping up to be the leader on anything, oh no, we got to have a different conversation about that. So that's what the issue is with that. Let's let it continue.
Put him up against Dr. Omar's contributions, and let's see who wins. If you have any family members that went to Morehouse and they're male and they were there that actually benefited from him paying off their student loan debt so they can get a fresh start, and you gonna sit there and say that this dude is not pro-black or for the people just because he's married to a white woman? Get the F out of here, man. But that's what I define as, here we go.
Black men that make a lot of money seem to be able to find every excuse as to why they can't find a black woman that brings them peace, while simultaneously going through hell with women from other races anyway.
So again, now you guys hear the rhetoric. Now do you understand the archetype or the avatar of the woke black man? The same talking points, black woman sitting on the panel. And of course she's sitting there like, that's right. Go on, preach, brother. Y'all understand? Let's cook.
You cannot look at me and tell me to my face that you can't find a room full of beautiful black women that make money, that will treat you well. They're all over the place.
Out earning men at
a alarming rate.
Did y'all hear that? Once again, the same talking points. Out earning men. They're saying that black women out earn black men. So let's run down the list. Wealthy black men have every excuse not to marry black women. That's one. Two, going through hell dealing with women of other races. That points to the fact that this lie that a lot of black people and black women believe that black men were the most divorced, when we also already proved that white women were actually the ones that get divorced the most when they marry out.
Marriages including a black husband and a white wife were more prone to divorce. A black man and a white woman are the least successful statistically.
Black men have the highest divorce rates in interracial relationships, specifically with white women.
2 seconds later.
White female couples also had the highest likelihood of divorce of all white non-white marriages, mainly to marriages involving a non-white male and a white female. And an interracial marriage would be no more likely if we were to take out white women from the equation.
If white women stop marrying Asian men, white men, black men, then the marriage rates will go up if those men married other races of women, because white women are the ones that get divorced the most. That got narrowed down to black men. So I don't know why our sisters decided to run with this narrative that black men were the issue and they were off the hook. Black women are the most divorced and the least married. That's number two. Same talking points. We've heard all these before. Funny thing is that you could use Google and you could clear all this foolery up. So this is why I call these types of dudes the woke pro-black men who pander to black women, and black women sit there and listen with their hands clasped and don't even give any pushback. I don't believe that's true, brother, because if you look at it, when Dr. Umar talks about black people need to give more money, he always points to black men. Why the hell would you point to black men if your ass believe that black women out earn black men? Shouldn't black women be responsible for upholding the community economically if you think that they make more than black men? Y'all got to think about these things, man. These dudes contradict themselves so many times.
Now, he's right with what he's saying there. I got to give credit due when he has a point. But I'm going to point something else out, and he's going to get into these numbers here in a minute because, see, this is what I like to encourage my people to do, whether you like somebody or don't like somebody. Start looking up the data on things. There's no race of woman in America that out-earns her men, and yes, that includes black men. We're going to get into these numbers here in a minute. Oh, yes, we are. Because, see, let me deal with something else that's often thrown around. Everybody keep talking about black women are most educated, black women are most educated. Oh, our women are the most enrolled in college. These numbers are really going to hurt some people's feelings. And see, I'm not saying this to pick on anybody. What I'm saying is for it specifically to our women and the simps that might be listening. Start questioning the accuracy of things and start looking at the data behind stuff when you just hear people saying stuff and they're not citing those sources or quoting any type of data or statistics on these types of things that's easily accessible. He's going to get into some of that, okay? Because see, what I want our people to do, men and women alike, you're at your most powerful when you're operating off accurate information. You understand? You're not going to be effective if you're operating off faulty intelligence, faulty information. There's no such thing as having a successful end to any type of goal or endeavor that you're trying to accomplish if you start out with bad information, okay? We need to get the facts straight. So that's why I'm playing this here. Let's get back to it.
Let's let them finish. Same conversations, same lies.
We love to see it.
You're not in an organization like Nesby or something, or at a part of a college institution, a part of a fraternity or an organization of some sort that will connect you to women that make money. I am fighting for my life to keep up with my woman. But you know what? That's okay because I'm doing it.
That's right.
Get it done. Figure it out and get it done. Because at what purpose do you serve at that point?
Now you understand what.
Now, let me go ahead and critique that dude that's talking about he fighting for his life to keep up with his woman. Brother, that's your personal situation. You don't speak for the rest of black men. No, you do not, sir. Now, I don't know what he does for a living. I don't know what his educational background is or what skill set he has. But if that's your situation and the dudes around you are struggling to keep up with your women, I got to throw the question out here. You might need to look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you a homosexual? Are you the type of dude that you okay with your woman earning the lion's share of money and she paying and handling most of the bills and everything, and you just a tag along? You basically like a kid that, the only thing you want is some Lunchables and Capri Suns for snacks. I mean, if that's what you do, that's your category. You're not going to put that on the rest of black men as a whole. You struggling to keep up with your woman. Okay, buddy. I don't see how, because totality, and look this up, the number has gone up, but on the base figure, black men in America have a collective spending power and earning power of $600 billion. Okay, $600 billion. Don't take my word for it. I want you to verify everything I'm telling you on this microphone here tonight and everything you're gonna see, because see, all these sources he's about to show, I looked at them myself. I'm familiar with the information. He's spot on with what he's about to say. Let's get back to it.
I'm talking about and why I'm calling these brothers out. Because they're liars. Yes, they are liars. That is 3 lies that this dude fit into a minute diatribe. 3. So that's why it's important for me to go over this. So let's address the first one. He says that black men who are wealthy have a hard time finding black women to marry. So once again, this is from Thought Code. The top 4 myths about black marriage. And you know what? The article was written by a black woman. It's funny how that always happens, right? It was written by Nadra Kareem Niddle. And this was updated on February 28th, 2021. Very recent. I just want to make sure that we understand, because I'm always fact checked and I'm ready for it. But it's very funny that people will let brothers like this sit on the panel and say foolery and never give any pushback. So let's cook. You see at the top, this is from Thought Code. It says rich black men marry out. Black men drop black women as soon as they reach a certain level of success, don't they? While plenty of rap stars, athletes, and musicians may choose to date or marry interracially when they achieve fame, the same is not true for the bulk of successful black men. By analyzing census data, Tolson and Marks found that 83% of married black men who earned at least $100,000 annually got hitched to black women. The same is the case for educated black men of all incomes. 85% of black male college graduates married black women. Generally, 88% of married black men, no matter their income or educational background, have black wives. This means that interracial marriage should not alone be held responsible for the singleness of black women. I'm going to read that last sentence one more time. This means that interracial marriage should not alone be held responsible for the singleness of black women. So that's one. Was he lying? I would think so, because these dudes will go on social media, they'll see a couple of NBA players, and they'll attribute that to all black men without doing the research. And also, let's address the other thing that he mentioned. He said that black women are out earning black men.
Black woman definitely wants her equal. She wants a man on her financial level, such as yourself.
The median income for full-time workers for black men was $50,000. Black women made $44,000 in 2022. You know what black women's financial level is to black men? It's $5,870 less than black men, and 13%, 2.6 million black men made $75,000 or more. Only 9% of black women made $75,000 or more. So that many more black men can't find a black woman on their financial level. Black men still out earn black women. Women who earns what?
Now let me pause this and deal with this, because see, I want y'all to verify this information that I'm showing you on this screen yourself. Like I said, I would never put something on my platform that's not accurate. Love him, like him, hate him. The numbers are the truth, okay? Now, what I want to deal with is, you might be saying, well, GBS, why do they just keep saying that to our women like that? Why they just keep telling them things that are not true? Two reasons. One, it kind of deals with the old ugly white supremacist saying that if you want to hide something from a Negro, put it in a book. And number two is the more greater and important useful tool is in white supremacy. If you create a useful idiot by feeding them propaganda that you know has no substance to it, then you can easily manipulate them. I'm going to prove my point. The reason why they keep boosting our women up and telling them things like they out-earn black men when the numbers clearly show you do not by a long shot. And the reason why they keep talking about you the most educated when you're only the most enrolled, okay, when you start looking at the dropout rates, whether it's for getting pregnant or whatever, that number come way down. The reason why they do that is because you look at most of these Democratic shields. Oh, I got to go here. Yes, we understand by looking at the last election numbers that black people as a whole went out there and voted for Joe Biden. But when you look at who did it in larger numbers, it was our women. Listen to most of the Democratic shields that you hear towing the line for them damn Democrats the hardest. There's a lot of our women, because they honestly do believe a lot of this propaganda. Here's the thing, and I'm not punching down on our women, because I'm one that understands that in the black community, we operate at our strongest when we operate off accurate information. And I'm also aware that the sisters with some sense that listen to this live or record it, one thing I know about sisters is when you realize that you've been played and you can verify for yourself, that's the worst adversary to have in the world, is a focused black woman that realized that you made a fool out of her. I want you to have accurate information, ladies. So if you were believing a lot of this stuff, verify this information tonight. Like I said, it's here on the screen. I will put it on my community tab so you can go and check it out for yourselves. I want to teach my people, men and women, but especially our women, to always be one to seek out what the truth is. Get accustomed to saying, okay, I hear what's being said, but what are the hard numbers on things? Do the numbers add up with what I'm hearing being told to me? And if somebody's just telling me something without information or stats to back it up, what purpose is this person doing this to me for? Are they trying to play me or use me? Because 9 times out of 10, if it's people that's in that panda bear category that we talk about, the Umars, the Pastor Poppy Duns, the Ace Metaphors, the Derrick Jacksons, so on and so forth, the whole damn Democratic Party, if we go in there, they're trying to make you a useful idiot. And they're trying to create that stupid gender divide to make you think that you're above your men, when in reality, when you look at these numbers, you really are at the bottom of all women damn near in this country. Now, once upon a time, you were above most of the Hispanic and the with the exception of the Asian women and the white women. But now they've leaped the line, because if you doubt what I'm saying, with the migrant crisis, illegal alien crisis that we're having, look how they're papering them people up. Do you not understand that that puts them on a higher economic strata than our women? Black people as a whole, but our women, okay? Combine that with our women having very poor spending habits as far as having bad credit, being the highest consumer group in the nation. You know, that falls to black people, but our women, yes, black women are the highest consumers in America. When you can't afford it, that puts you at an economically disadvantageous position. And see, here's the cruel thing about it before we get back to analyzing these numbers, which is why I want to break that spell of misinformation over here by showing you this tonight. When you running around and you never check what the situation is with the numbers and look around you and start looking at the economic situation in the community, it allows them to play you in ways that you cannot imagine, okay? I'm here to interrupt that chain and make you think and go look up this information for yourself. So that's the reason I'm showing you this tonight. Let's get back to it.
From $49,000 and below, black women out-earn black men. When you go to $50,000 and up, black men out-earn black women. Now, the most important number that people like to discuss is $100,000 or more. 205,437 more black men out-earn black women when it comes to $100,000 earnings. 926,000 versus 721,000. There's all these high-earning black women that just can't find any black men on their level. What's wrong with you? Now this is where you look within.
Look within. Focus your power. How interesting.
There are far more black men who make $100,000 or more than black women. You can find these statistics on blackdemographics.com, which I will link into this video. The average black man earns $50,000, a dollar over $50,000. In 2022, black women earn $44,000 in 2022, a little over $44,000. So what does that tell you? Black men out-earn black women.
But wait, there's more.
This is the stuff that you guys do not hear in society. These are 4 facts about black men in 2019. More than 1 in 2 black men, 57%, have made it into the middle class or higher. Did you guys know that 57% of black men were in the middle class? Education, work, and marriage are central to economic success of black men in the United States. Black men who work full-time, earned at least some college education, and married are significantly more likely to be members of the middle class or upper class in their 50s. For example, about 70% of married black men are in the middle class. Black men who served in the military more likely than those who did not to be in the middle class when they reach midlife. 54% versus 45%. So shout out to my vets out there. There's more eligible black women than there's black men. Absolutely not. Let's factor this in now. You guys know that I already did the statistics on this, but what do men say that they want and what do women say that they want? Let's just attribute this to the black community. Black women want a black man that makes more than them. I just told you guys that $50,000 to $44,000. The average black man out-earns black women. Black men have more $100,000 or more earners than black women. So you can alleviate that mindset of thinking that black women out earn black men. It's done. We already addressed that. Now, let's go to black men. First thing that we look at is weight, right? Is that fair to say? We want our women to at least be in shape. We're not saying that you got to be, you know what I'm saying, Miss Olympia or something like that, or Miss Fitness. No, we want our women to not be overweight or obese. Very simple. Do you guys know where black men and women rank in regards to the obesity and overweight statistics? Let's cook. So if you look here, you have the different categories, right? Black, Hispanic, white, and Asian. Very simple. So if you just, offhand look, you can see that overwhelming black women are 55% obese, age 20 and over. You see that difference? Black men, 37%. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know these statistics? Because you hear the black community say that, well, the black community as a whole is overweight. But if you look here, it's 37%. And don't worry, I know this is from 2015, 2016. I got some more for you. Now, if you rank those, black women are number one in the obesity category, followed by Hispanic, white men, white women, and look who comes in sixth. Black men at 37%, Asian women, and Asian men. So if you look at the graph here, or the rankings, Asian women and Asian men are in the same category. White men and white women are in the same category. And Hispanic men and Hispanic women are in the same category, lumped together, right? But for some odd reason, black women lead and black men are number 6. So we already just...
Now, let me pause right here because, see, you can find this information on blackdemographics.com, okay? And it's verified by the census and everything else, okay? Don't worry, I'm going to put the links on the community tab so y'all can get this information for yourselves if you're not going to look it up from the broadcast. Let me address the reason why our women are number one by these percentages here. Let's deal with it, okay? The reason why is a lot of them have bought into that you don't need no man, I can do bad all by myself talk, and you're running around trying to be boss chicks. But see, this applies to all women, but I'm not concerned about all women. I'm concerned about our women. What happens is when you jump out here trying to get the bag and you running around trying to be a man, basically, that wears and tears on your body and your mental state and your stress. And what a lot of women do to cope with that, they turn to comfort eating and they turn to drinking in excess. Some of them out here getting high. God knows you don't need to be doing none of that. And because women were not built to try to run and be workhorses like men. Versus the other women, okay, that have sense enough to understand that no matter what issues they have with their men, they know they need their men, okay? They don't run around talking about they strong and independent. See, that's why it's an insult for black women to embrace those terms, because the rest of your competition, the other women, they'll sit up there and talk that stupidity to you, all the so-called feminists out there, but they go home to their men. You understand? That's what I want to point out to the sisters out here that might have bought into that foolishness. It's not fair for you to be tricked into trying to think that, okay, you don't need your men, because let's be clear. Your protection is only going to come from your men. Your provision is only going to come from your men in large numbers. Because like the brother was saying earlier in the broadcast, most black people are married to each other, men and women. Okay? It's not a whole lot of us that are married to other folks. What the reason why a lot of women buy into that, they put that crap on TV and they show the most desirable men. Because see, this is the cruel thing, ladies. I want y'all to pay attention to this, especially the young ones. They show the most desirable men that they know you like and show them with other women other than black women. In your mind, you go, oh, see, all these black men, that's what they do. They go and get white women and these women and that women. Like, okay, now you're looking at one, athletes, entertainers, people that are in the upper 5 to 1%. Okay. When you look at the average brother, sister that's around you that you're not really paying attention to, they checking for you. So that's a you problem if you're not checking for a brother that's got his shit together that's up with him over. You know, I'll never tell you to settle for no damn homosexual over here. So that's a question that some of y'all gonna have to get together and check each other and be like, listen, sister, are we looking at most of the men that we have access to, or are we only looking at the men that we probably never gonna have access to like that, other than being a bust down for somebody? And some people in our community have found that out the hard way, but I digress. We're gonna get back to these numbers.
You just debunked that narrative as well. I'm not done. This is from 2015 to 2018. Ranked from least to most overweight or obese. You got white women, overweight or obese. His non-Hispanic black men come in second, right? Non-Hispanic white men come in third. And who leads in the category? So this is where you guys hear the 80% of black women are at least overweight or obese. 79.6%. And these numbers were actually updated in 2022. So if anybody has an issue with any of the statistics, I just covered everything. So 80% of black women are obese or overweight. 70.9% of black men are overweight or obese. So again, who's more healthy? So if we were starting to disqualify people in regards to what we want first, then black women, there will be far more, it will be less likely for a black man to find a suitable black woman. So let's go ahead and debunk that narrative right now by saying that there's more eligible black women than black men. And not to mention, there are far more LGBTQ black women than there are black men.
I'm in the gym the other morning. Black men working out all around. A good third to half the black men I see in the gym are gay. Everywhere I look, it is gay black men.
I'm pretty sure when I put these statistics out, black women gonna be like, oh man, he's just saying that he's a black man. Of course he gonna say that. But you know what I did? I went and got the actual interview from the women who did the Williams Institute study at UCLA. Do you guys know what race those women are?
On behalf of the American Medical Association and our Minority Affairs Section and Advisory Committee on LGBTQ issues, welcome everybody and good evening. I'm Dr. Leanne Roberts, a member of the AMA Advisory Committee on LGBTQ issues, where I serve as the GLAMA representative. And in the past, I've served as the Medical Student Section for the AMA.
Okay, that's Dr. Leanne Roberts. So this is not coming from me. This is coming from your sisters.
With that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Wilson.
Thank you, Dr. Roberts.
Oh, wow. Is that another educated black woman that's about to explain this study?
One of the things we identified, and here we primarily use data from the Gallup daily tracking poll across pulled several years of data together. And from that, we get an estimate that there are approximately more than 1.2 million adults in the US that identify as both Black and as LGBT.
1.2 million Black LGBTQ adults live in the United States. This is the kicker. The gender divide among Black adults is greater for Black LGBT adults, as 61% of Black LGBT adults are women. The gender divide among Black adults is greater for Black LGBT adults. So that includes Black men who are LGBT. 61% as opposed to 39% of that community is Black men. So who's more gay? It's Black women, because I know the Black community likes to call Black men sassy and zesty and, you know, all these down low brothers. Absolutely not. So if you have far more LGBTQ Black women, they cancel themselves out, right? So those are two sets of women that are getting with each other that could realistically be with Black men. But since they're off the market, that means there's less Black women that are available to Black men.
Now, let me stop and deal with what the brother just said, because see, ladies, let me talk to you for a minute. This is why I always try to tell over here, I tell my audience anyway, don't be running around using that term, calling black men that you don't like something they said or disagree with gay, okay? Because let me tell you why that comes back to bite you at. When people start to pull the hard numbers, like this brother's doing here, accurate information, and they start to look at what's what, this can be verified even without looking at the numbers. Brothers, listening to this live recorded, how many times have we seen, unfortunately, a lot of our women, they run around playing with each other's titties and each other's asses in ways that you know damn well we don't do as straight black men. You come on now. Yeah, come on. We got to talk that talk over here now. It's a lot of things that y'all do with each other for those that it applies to that we just do not find acceptable unless you're a gay black man. No disrespect to the gay brothers out there or whatever. But straight black men, we don't run around feeling and playing with each other like that if we're not gay, okay? That's mostly y'all that do that shit. Okay, so stop doing that. Stop using that term. Just say whatever it is that you don't like. Because see, like that helper that was talking about, I went to this gym and all the black men was gay. First of all, how could you determine if they was gay or not unless they were just flaming and flamboyant with it? Or did she go and do what a lot of women do? If she went to that gym, I got to go here with it. It's going to hurt some feelings. Like I said in the beginning of the broadcast, if the shoe or the heel fit, you going to have to wear it. How, if she's basing that off, she went in there and the brothers weren't paying her no attention, ma'am, maybe you weren't attractive. That also could be the issue, ma'am. I know that some of these jokers, see, when it comes to women that do that, the ones that it applies to, here's a big mistake that a lot of ladies make. Pay attention, ladies, because see, this is something you need to get into your head. When y'all get together with each other and put your war paint on, your clown paint, as I like to call it, you put your Toucan Sam nails on, okay, your Batwing, Batman symbol, eyelashes where if you blink them enough times, you can levitate off the ground. Okay, you shave your eyebrows off and magic marker some new ones on like a race car ran across your face and did a damn wheelie spinning wheels on top of your eyebrows. And then you slap on that wiki weave on your head and you tell each other you pretty. Okay, you think you're pretty. Most brothers don't agree with that. See, what you see in other women as pretty, we don't see that as men. We have a whole different criteria, what we call pretty. Let me make it simple for you. You want to know if you a bad chick or not, or a bad bee, as y'all like to call it? Want to know when you really pretty? When you get up in the morning, you just wash your face without all that damn clown paint on and everything, without all that extra fake crap. When you get up, what you look like, if you can go outside and get attention from men, okay, now you pretty. All the fake stuff, no ma'am. No, that don't count. Okay? That's how you could tell. It might be harsh, but I'm just saying it like it need to be said, okay? So I'm gonna let them get back to these numbers. I just wanted to clear that part up. So y'all can take it or leave it, but we giving you the truth over here tonight. Let's let it continue.
So when we have these conversations about, well, it's more eligible black women than black men, you lying. There's far more eligible black men than black women. So I just debunked 3 narratives that this woke pro-black ass dude just lied to black women about. And it's very simple. And I make sure that I'm going to put these references in the description so brothers like him can do the research for themselves. Because once again, the black community don't like to read. They just like to pander to their audience to get more followers. This shit is serious. And y'all acting like it's not by sitting there lying. Because black women eat this foolery up. So to any black men who consider themselves pro-black or woke, y'all need to wake the fuck up and stop lying. Do your research and stop looking ignorant in these streets by telling lies to black women. Are y'all stupid? And this is black man to black man. What's wrong with y'all? You know black women ain't gonna do the research on their own. And you gonna sit there and feed them ear candy? Y'all crazy ass people. You making black men look dumb. That's what you're doing. You're tarnishing the black male ethnic image by sitting there lying. Just because you watch a couple of football games and you see a black man kissing a white woman. Y'all just ignorant as hell, man.
And there you have it, family. So let's sum this up, right? Let's deal with what Medium Man said there, closing out his presentation. Let me address him and everybody else. First and foremost, brother media man and the rest of you in that sector, you got to start making distinctions between people that call themselves pro-black, that talk that way, versus those of us that do not, okay? Because there's a clear difference out there. New black media platforms do not talk the way those panderers do. That's clear for years now. Those of us that have been doing this for a number of years now, we have the catalog that backs us up. We don't talk like that, okay? You deal with the people that do. You're not going to put everybody in one boat, just like y'all don't want to be put in one boat over there in the manosphere edge spaces, okay? Make distinctions. That's what intelligent people do. So that's the part that I wanted to address. Now, his information was spot on, but let's deal with what he was also saying when it comes to the people that sit there and lie to our sisters like that, telling them what they want to hear. Now, that's where I agree with him on. I have a vitriolic disdain for them because we shouldn't be misrepresenting black men or black women. If we want to be an empowered community, we have to have accurate information that we can actually apply, keyword apply, to better ourselves should we choose to do so. And you can't do that when either side is based on deception about black men or black women. Okay. So I hope I've been thorough in my broadcast here tonight, breaking down this whole thing about these simps running wild out here. And let me say something in closing. If any of you come back and hear this broadcast and you think that I'm talking about you, then damn it, I am. Yeah, if you can contact me, you know how to get in contact with me. I ain't hard to find, okay? So with that said, salute to everybody that contributed to the broadcast. I want you all to make sure that you're taking care of yourselves and your loved ones out here. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, always seek accurate information so that you can apply it and use it. And then that's how we go on to become an empowered people. But that said, salute to you, Black First, and I will see you all in future content.
This is the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, and we still have a lot of discrepancies as far as the origins of hip-hop, a lot of claims, who did what, who was the first this, who was the this and that, and such. But at the end of the day, we need a definitive story, all right? And that story can only be told by the founders of this culture.
Like everything was being driven and influenced by young, black, American culture. Like the slang, the style of dress, the initial music that we chose.
You look at all the boroughs, you got, Money Making Manhattan and Money Earning Mount Vernon and Crooklyn. The Bronx was the boogie down Bronx. We was partying up there.
I am Coke LaRock, the first MC of hip hop. First cat to pick the mic up.
I introduced rapping to the turntable because when I came with it, nobody in the world was doing it. I'm right after Rudy Ray Moore.
They want to come in the mix. They want to say, we started. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What came to be known as hip hop was solely an African-American creation.
What you get out of some Jamaican toast? What is that? I've never heard of a rapper use a Jamaican toast or a Jamaican fleur as a rhyme. I never heard of it, and I don't know where that myth came from.
My name is legendary King Trixie from the Bronx, BX from the West Side. I am the first breakdancer.
That narrative that hip-hop has had 3 founding fathers, that's been rolling for the last almost 30 years, which isn't true. You don't have just 3 people who created hip-hop. Hip-hop was created by a number of different people.
I am the grandfather, the godfather of the graffiti culture. I am the first element of hip-hop.
The roots of hip-hop being Jamaican, absolutely false.
My name is MC Sha-Rock. I am a founding member of the MC/rap culture.
Cassette tapes was the internet of our time. It just traveled around by hand.
Well, I know for a fact that the B-Boy stand started from the guards, the 5 percenters that would be at the jams back in the days who were acting as security.
If they get the real truth of how it all was created, then so many lies would not be able to be in existence.
So when we talk about hip hop and what it is, it's an extension of the music and the instrumentation that our forefathers created.
Check out the live stream premiere of the documentary short, It's Bigger Than Hip Hop, The Black American Family Tree, and Q&A, a fundraiser to create a series detailing music's evolution. Go to DewanB.com for streaming passes and crowdfunding.